Hey guys, when the difference between winning and losing comes down to quality, choose Addicted Marine Performance Parts. What do they do, Hayden?
You know what? They're your go-to source for high-quality billet aluminium parts. Originally engineered for the intensity of race boats, but now it's available to upgrade your ski boat.
Very nice.
You know, they also specialise in cab plate hardware, performance-driven steering components, and internal fit-out accessories. And they also supply Argo V drives and all the accessories to go along with them.
That they do. If you demand the best in marine components, remember one name, Addicted Marine Performance Parts.
Everybody out there, I need to know who wants to go fast? Let's go one more.
Welcome back to another episode of the High Speed Garage. Shout out to Elite Forklifts and Access Equipment, Contrast Printing, Chop Sanitizing, and Addicted Marine for keeping the doors on this garage open.
That's a couple of good sponsors there, boys.
It is. It's a nice little list.
It's getting bigger.
What have you been up to?
Getting
Haven't seen you. Haven't heard from you this week.
getting itchy.
Oh, getting itchy.
I was busy racing.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
wait,
right. You went away with the gay bows again.
Yeah.
The clip-ons.
Someone's got to pay the bills.
Did you have fun up there or?
It wasn't too bad. It was a big turnout. I think there was 55 boats or something up
Yeah,
there.
right. That's
Not
good.
bad.
That's
For
good
their
for Taree to help get them back up and running.
Yeah, for their first club back. But they were a bit slow with stuff. They didn't have a ramp, dude, so it was a bit chaotic.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, well, they probably don't really have that much of a big deal.
No,
for
it was
club days
yeah,
usually.
for the big club day, I think it was a bit of a stretch for them, but yeah.
Getting to
Other than that, it
sport,
was
I
pretty good.
suppose.
The weather on Sunday was average for them halfway through the day. Fucking was blowing a gale against the tide, and
Yeah, right.
so it was.
That chops it up real fast, though.
Yeah, I held them off for an hour, 2 hours, I think, and then they hummed and hard whether to run it. Then they ended up running the final, but yeah, it was it's a good weekend overall. Really good little bit to get everyone back there, getting back into that in sport, I suppose.
You didn't get up to anything else this week?
Nah, just tinkering with getting ready to go away for holidays, basically.
Fuck me, you're doing some tinkering. I haven't even looked at my caravan yet.
Oh, I've just been, because I've been home, I've just been getting everything ready, making sure everything's right, and I've changed a fair few things on the van to...
My van's probably still full of water. Did you know the roof leaks? Well,
You're still leaking?
I shut it up last year and haven't opened it since.
Yeah, but didn't you fix that
It's
leak?
full of
Well, I
mold.
think I did, but it hasn't rained since.
Well, it's rained a fair bit since.
Yeah, but it's been shut. I haven't checked it.
Oh, it only leaks when it's open,
No.
like when
No,
the
it leaks
roof's
all the
up.
time.
No, it leaks the whole time. But
Oh,
well,
good.
it did leak the whole time.
No, I'm pretty sure
But,
you fixed that problem.
Yeah, well, I think I did. Hopefully I did.
Oh, she's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's
all I've done.
that's the wife's problem.
I'm pretty much done. Just got to load it in the car like next week or the week after.
Yeah, right.
Bits and pieces.
What have you
Getting-
been up to,
We're
Hayden?
getting close to bloody Christmas.
Got 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's not that far away, is it?
It's mentally hurting me.
2 weeks I've got.
Just on that too, guys, obviously, we're going to be busy and we're going away over Christmas. But because we fucking love you so much, we've put in a bit extra effort behind the scenes, and you will have podcasts every fucking week.
Yep.
You won't miss one. You won't miss one. We've got some extras in there lined up for you. So even if you don't want to listen to it, if you're busy doing your own shit, there'll be something there. So when you come back, you'll have a backlog.
Hell
We
yeah.
can't let you miss a week.
No. We'll send some shit out. So Saturday I ended up working and then had the work Christmas party.
Another one.
Yeah.
You
So
spew
no,
it this one?
the other one was a
Getting
customer.
blind?
The other one was a customer Christmas party. This is a work, like my actual job's Christmas party, and
So you
I
had to be
think my
sensible and
body,
didn't
I
spew.
think my body was like screaming at me because I couldn't drink, not that I couldn't hold down drink, like I just couldn't be bothered drinking, and I couldn't even like eat big.
So
Like-
you're still hungover from last week.
Oh, it felt like that. It
Not trying hard enough.
yeah, it didn't work real well. Like I went to try and do a shit about 5 times, and I just couldn't eat.
Yeah,
couldn't drink,
That's
couldn't
fucking
eat.
Weird.
Maybe my body was just telling me to get stuffed.
Go to the doctor.
No, it's just I'm fat.
Just be better.
Be a
Better
man.
at drinking.
Be a man.
Make a better effort.
Be a man and have a beer.
The limoncello come out. What else come out?
Oh yeah, Joel would fucking backfire at that.
Yeah,
No, I didn't mind the
um,
limoncello. Laurie's one wasn't too bad. That's the only one I liked.
red wine come out. I
Oof.
struggled stomaching that.
Yeah, it's shit.
So I had like 2 or 3 sips and then asked boss man. I was like, man, do you want to drink this? And he just fucking upended it into his glass. So he was all over that.
Fuck your red wine.
Yeah, stayed on the beers. I should have probably asked for bourbon and cokes, and I probably would have been able to stomach that a bit more. But yeah, I just stayed on the beers and just sort of cruised through it,
Yeah.
and then finished the night with a bloody
Where was it at?
some Italian mob in Caddens, which is out the back of Kingswood.
Yeah, righto.
Like
Yeah,
a,
well.
like a, it's pretty much a brand new joint, and I was able to tell my kids that I remember that when this place was a dairy. I used that one. So yeah, I remember laying underneath shitbox machines, getting covered in oil and fixing stuff exactly where that
Yeah, right.
shopping centre was. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, finished it off with that affogatos.
Oh,
Got to
yeah.
finish off the night with affogato. That's
Yeah.
the bloody. That's
What's
a banger.
that?
It's
It's
ice
like
cream,
Kahlua.
coffee, and is Kahlua.
Yeah, I think it's
Sometimes
something like that.
Frangelico
Yeah,
or stuff like that.
Frangelico,
Yeah,
yeah, right.
yeah, you get a shot and coffee. And
Alcoholic
into
ice
the
cream,
alcohol.
basically.
Yeah, certainly a good way to finish a night.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, got up Sunday morning and watched a bit of the car racing qualifying with the kids, and then headed up to Mum's place to get covered in fiberglass again.
I've seen some photos with you cutting your hatches.
Yeah, so
In the deck.
the thought process with the deck hatches was, it sort of looks a bit weird the way I've done it, but that was a bit of a learning process from Chris Whalen when he's done the deck hatches on his boat. Instead of cutting the hole straight up and down, so like if someone steps on the deck hatch, it doesn't break the flange underneath.
Yep.
What I've done is I've actually cut it on a 45 degree. So I put the jigsaw on a 45 degree. So I've used the jigsaw, like bloody.
Multi-tool.
I've used the multi-tool to get the hole in there,
Yeah.
get the blade in there. But yeah, the jigsaw.
Oh, yeah, so you set the jigsaw at like a 45 or
Yeah,
something.
that's right.
Yeah.
And then just cut around the hole. That's why it looks rough. But all I've got to do is just sand that back with a block, get that all nice and smooth, and then fill the hole that the jigsaw blade has taken up with fiberglass and resin, make it all nice, and then, yeah, it should be good to go again. So I'll just put a flange underneath, but all the flange is going to do is just be a place to bolt to.
Supply bolt holes.
Yeah, so we're not going too erratic, but yeah, I need to be able to, if someone was to step on the
Yeah, yeah.
Deck
It gets
hatch.
supported by the angle.
where like if a boat is built with a deck hatch, then someone will get the router and do like a nice flange, and then like on the top of the deck, and then they'll lay up a new piece. Well, instead of laying up a new piece, I can just use the original piece,
Yeah.
fill up the hole, and then bolt it down.
I don't know if it's the right time to get into it, but I was taking notice of your flotation in there.
Yeah, not nice.
You must have drunk some milk. That's for sure.
Well, I found out where it was built. So I found out that the cell was fitted in Tasmania and not Adelaide like I thought. No, I thought it was done in Melbourne, but it certainly wasn't. It's got...
I actually thought it was shipped over to New Zealand, but yeah, I know.
No, it was... it's got bloody Tasmanian milk bottles all through it.
Yeah,
They are stacked in there beautifully. So I'm guessing that deck was completely off. They've put them all in there nicely and then glued the deck on the top.
Yeah.
And so the all the milk bottles, this is not an attack on the people that did the job, because there's probably no
I'm going to fucking
stress
attack
on it. Well,
I don't even know who did it, but
I was quite surprised that the lids weren't glued down at all. I would have thought you'd like secure that lid so it was actually a useful device, because as soon as I opened it up and there was bottles that had gotten water in them because, like, as the air expands and contracts, then it'll suck a little bit of water in. And over the past 15 years,
I'm going to rant because I do not understand how so many people are so dumb.
well,
don't understand the whole point of the flotation or
the
how
flotation
it
is
even
there.
works.
Okay, well, my thought process on it is the flotation's there, so if the deck blows off, then you've still got flotation holding the boat from sinking.
So,
Well, as soon as that deck falls off, those milk bottles are just littering the river, aren't
Well,
they?
that's the same thing with people that have just an air tank, a built-in air tank. As soon as that tank's ruptured, she leaks water in, it's fucking useless.
Yeah.
And if you can have anything that can compress, like an air bag, so you can compress that airbag with enough weight to, like, if you've got a big heavy 29 footer with a big block in the back, and it's pulling that airbag down, it'll crush that airbag and pop the fucking thing. It'll drag it down. No
It
dramas.
depends on the quality of the airbag, of course.
No, not the quality. It depends on the size of it.
Pressure of it, yeah.
Depends
what
on the
it can
size
handle.
of it. So you learn this in like fucking year 7 at school. To float 1 ton, you need to displace 1 cubic meter of water. That's just mass. Like, everybody that went to fucking any kind of school should know that.
Yeah, but you look at an IBC. An IBC will sort of hold about a ton.
Well, it will
and
hold
that's a
ton.
cubic meter of
Exactly.
whatever. Yeah.
So
makes
if you
sense,
throw an IBC in the water, as long as that doesn't weigh a ton, it'll float. If it weighs a ton, it'll be neutrally buoyant. If it weighs more than a ton, it sinks, even though it's full of air.
That's right.
And because, like, if you got an airbag, because that can, like, let's just go with a tractor tube, because that's what everyone used fucking 100 years ago. They probably still do now, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
The tractor tube, yeah, it holds enough air, but as soon as, like, the size of that tube isn't enough volume to support a 1 ton boat.
That's right.
So that the boat's just going to drag that tube under the water, and the deeper it goes, the more pressurized it gets, and then eventually it'll just pop.
Just go bang. So what's your suggestion?
It's got to be solid like foam.
What
That can't
about
be compressed? And you've got to put enough. Like, if your boat weighs 1.5 tons, you've got to have 1.5 cubes of foam in there to float it.
So you're talking like a pour-in foam,
Oh, any kind
like
of foam.
expander foam, like
Either
Just
either.
a polyethylene foam.
Yeah. So I've
You
been
wouldn't
sent-
want to pour in foam because
Polystyrene
it's
foam would work, but you just
reacts
got to
with
be
fuel.
Yeah, you got to be careful with something like a polystyrene. If you get some fuel or methanol or oil and shit on it, it'll melt and be fucked.
Yeah, someone contacted me the other day saying that they use like a pour-in foam. Shit, I can't even think of who it was. I'm not going to be a rude prick. I'm going to find out.
Whatever they are, as long as it doesn't react with like your fuel or oil or anything and like melt. That's all. I used a PE foam only because I could get access to it pretty easily and for free because there was fuckloads of offcuts.
Dave Arthey has contacted me. He said, have you used 2-pack pouring foam before? We used it for flotation in the new hulls. It's impervious to water, bonds to anything, easy to cut and shape. Fiberglass will bond to it as well. I said, what about seeing damage on the inside of the hull? So that's a point where I'm at. I want to be able to see what's on the inside of the hull. So if I have an accident, you can actually see if the glass is sort of pulled in.
If you've got an accident, you're going to be cutting it out anyway.
I want to be able to see it, yeah.
But the outside will be damaged, so you're going to be cutting it out to fix it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, when you get the pouring foam, you're going to have to cut that shit back out again anyway.
My point was more that there'd be very, very few boats, if any, that have enough flotation in them to actually float that boat. And if they do, they're probably just air tanks or airbags or anything to do with air should just be a no-no. Unless it's big enough. So you can run an airbag as long as that airbag is fucking huge.
All right, so what do you use?
I've just got foam. I've just got a PE foam.
As in pour-in foam?
No,
or
it's just
as in just throw-in foam?
yeah, it's just throwing foam.
And is that enough?
Well, I put 1.5 cubes in my boat.
And how did you
Cost
get
me
it in there?
45 kilos.
It took 45 kilos.
It's 45 kilos.
So you buy it as a block and then you cut it up?
You can, but I got offcuts from a guy around here actually that does survey for like a few marine things,
Yes.
and he had a whole heap of offcuts, and it cost him a fortune to take it somewhere to get it recycled or whatever. So he's like, just fucking take whatever you need. So I just kept going there with my ute and just filling her up. And
Oh,
bringing
that's
her out.
awesome.
Yeah, so I didn't put any like little chunks in there. They're all pretty big chunks, and I separated it all. So if parts of the boat does fucking break and some of it comes out, only that little section will come out. The rest of it will still stay there, unless you happen to, snap the whole fucking boat up, like smash into a million bits. And if that happens, well then
saving nothing anyway.
I'm screwed. But
As long as you can save the engine, as far as I'm concerned,
the pouring foam would probably work great.
or save me.
As long as it doesn't do.
Doesn't get eaten by fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you thought about actually fuel may be a problem for that? The pool noodles.
Pool noodles get eaten
Yeah,
by it.
they'd get eaten
Fuel,
by fuel.
eats it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the deck's completely sealed from the rest of the boat too.
That don't matter.
Yeah, but as soon as you split that, it's voided.
It's
'Cause it'll just fill
between.
with
So
water.
it's got. So you've got the engine bay. You know how
Yeah.
where my breather tank is.
Yeah.
You've got a sealed section in front of it.
Yeah.
That is separate to the front of the deck.
Yeah, but
So
as soon as you split anywhere forward from that whole front bit's useless because it fills with water.
yeah, but I'm saying about filling that section there with pool noodles.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, and but
But,
Yeah,
I'll
but
still-
you want to
still, if you crack that and something runs forward, it's going to eat them apart.
you'd want to
Oh yeah, but it's if it cracks like that,
you
you're
want
going
to
to
put it
be
in sections.
you're
too.
going to be working pretty quick anyway. Like it's going to be saturated with water because you've just broken the deck apart.
I
Well,
still
you
wouldn't
want
risk
you
it.
want to put it in sections too, like I said. So in case part of your deck does break off, not all of the flotation comes out of it. There's probably because you've lost some, you would have lost enough to not probably float your boat.
So the
But
thought,
there's enough still in there to buy you a bit of time.
that
Like,
Josh,
did you not learn that at school? Like,
yeah about the flotation. I'm
yeah.
saying that I didn't like the milk bottles, and me and Josh have been talking about. I haven't mentioned Josh yet, but me and Josh have been talking about how to do the flotation better, and he suggested pool noodles. But
Pool noodles
you've
are
got to-
exactly the same.
But
I
you've
reckon,
got to
as milk
put them
bottles.
into like a net bag, so you can't fill them up with water. Like you can't put
Anything-
them in a bag because then if it opens up and then you got water in there, you got fucking mold and shit like that.
anything that's less dense than water that floats on its own, you can use.
Yeah, so you get a pool noodle. You get as many pool noodles as you can fit into there, but make it so you can get them out.
Yeah.
So you can work
So
on the
even
front of
if
the boat.
even with what I would do with that, right? So people have their airbags and they'll, if they're half a cube in size, that'll hold half a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
following you.
But because that's air and it's in a bag, that can get compressed by the water.
Yes.
So that's physical size becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. It just gets pressurized.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually hold the boat up anymore. It's like a scuba tank. A scuba tank's got enough air in it. If you spread that out over, like, to make
It's
it
massive.
atmosphere,
Yeah.
it'd float a fucking ship.
Yeah.
But because it's all compressed in that tank, you can sink it.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
it's the same principle with your airbag. What I would do with the airbag, which is probably better than sort of what I've done, is you could fill that airbag with your pool noodles. So your airbag's solid with pool noodles, so it can't get compressed no
Yes. Yes.
more. The airbag
yes.
is also protecting it from your fuels, oils, whatever else can melt it. And then you can tie the airbag into a spot of the boat a bit better than sort of what I've done. Like beside my cockpit on both sides, if someone rams in the side of my boat, their boat will never reach my cockpit because it's got to punch through so much reasonably solid foam to get to the cockpit. They'd have to hit me like seriously hard to punch the boat, all the foam, and then the cockpit.
Punch you out of the road before it went through.
Yeah.
So
But then I've got those two sections which are separate. Then there's two sections in front of that are separate, and then there's a section in front. In like the deck is pretty much cut in half, which is separate as well.
you got a bulkhead.
So
in
I've
your
got
deck as
4
well.
sections under that deck that are all full of foam, and they're all individual. So if I break one piece and all the foam falls out of that one part,
You've
I've still got 3 other pieces
yeah.
that are full of foam.
So the
Air.
other
We shouldn't be using air, whichever way you want to look at that. That's my
Okay, the other thing that me and Jace have spoken about is the Melody boat has, the bumpers on the side of ships, like on the side of like your cruisers and stuff like that.
Yep.
Fenders.
The fenders. That's it. So they're reasonably solid bits
Yeah.
of gear. Like they should be able to handle petrol and shit like that.
Yeah, they'll be better than airbags.
Yeah, I agree, because if you can stuff all them inside a boat, inside the deck, if you want to take them out, they're a complete unit. They come back out again.
Yep.
But
It's a fucking expensive way to do it.
nah, see, he was
Still need, so even if you go down that road, you still need, if your boat weighs a ton, you need 1 cubic meter of them,
if you can,
And they will still shrink
and
like an airbag.
and they will still shrink.
you reckon they would?
100%.
Yeah,
They're
Uh,
air.
but
And
at
they're
least
still rubber.
you can tie them in,
Yeah, anything you
and
use
then
in air related,
as long as you can fill
shouldn't
that,
be allowed.
as long as you can fill that section of the deck with as much of them as you can get, it's a better chance you're going to have, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I just like I can remember back in the day, like people just using like a sealed deck. So from
You can't do it
from
because
the
as soon as
cockpit
the,
forward is the deck sealed. That's my
Yes, as
flotation.
soon
It's
as the
fucking
deck-
not flotation, ain't floating shit, mate.
as soon as the deck breaks, that air's out of there and
Yeah.
it's full of water.
Yeah, even air that's kept in somewhere, like I said, with an airbag, you can crush that airbag.
But I don't see
They
this
fly out.
conversation.
Andrew's one flew out. When
I
he
don't
crashed
see this
Joe Junior.
conversation as putting shit on anyone that's
No,
done
it's-
it the way
no.
we're talking about. Anyone that's
They
anyone
probably
that's
just haven't thought
hearing
about it.
exactly right. Anyone that's hearing this conversation can actually go, okay, well, I haven't thought about that. And if you can actually tell us something else you've thought about, then memo.fm in the show notes, tell us that we're wrong and tell us the idea that you've had.
You won't tell me I'm wrong. 'Cause I'm a self-appointed expert. Anyway, that was me gripe with me the fucking flotation.
Yeah, so I was surprised that it had the milk bottles as well, but
Well, you got told though, didn't you?
I didn't
thought
know
you've
what was in
mentioned it
there.
before.
I've heard that they're in there, but I'd never seen it. And then seeing it, I was like, I don't see the benefit. As soon as that like they're not even in a net. Like as soon as that deck breaks off, those milk bottles are just litter in the river. That's all they're going to do.
Yeah.
If they're at least all tied in together, they're tied to the deck, like the hull of the boat.
Well, the workhorse
That's a
boat
better
was
chance.
that foam was bolted to the side of the cell.
Yeah, he'd had the same foam, but it probably
Yeah, but
wouldn't
it's
have had
bolted.
enough.
That's what I'm saying.
It probably wouldn't have had enough foam in it to float it either, to be honest with you.
No, but it was bolted to the cell so that if the boat broke away or anything else broke
Yeah,
away, the
it
cell
stayed-
would
it
stay.
stayed
Cell
with
was
the
still
cockpit,
getting
yeah.
saved, yeah. But that's how, as far as I'm concerned, if everything's going to go to shit, at least I want to be able to get out.
To me, the best scenario is
Don't crash.
those. Well, yeah,
I tried that.
That's the first one. Is those airbags, like the proper airbags, because they're really
They're
abrasion
pretty thick,
resistant and
yeah.
everything else, full of foam. The downside of that is you can't deflate it to pull it out to work in there, whatever else. But if it's like a zip up bag kind of thing, and you fill it with lots of little pieces of foam, you can always pull the foam out, unzip the bag, pull the foam out,
Yeah,
then take the bag out.
you could design it yourself if you wanted to do the spraying foam.
The spraying foam would work as long as it doesn't get eaten
Yeah,
by
but
fuel and shit.
you
It'd
could-
be great.
You could also have it and right, we'll make up. This is what size it is. Fill it and then cut it into pieces. Shrink wrap it,
Yep.
and then you can place it in.
Yeah, put it in so it
And you-
fits neat.
It
Yeah.
fits, and you can put it in through your hatch.
Yeah. Anyway, that was me gripe. Do you do anything else cool on the weekend?
I never do anything cool. I just do what I can.
I had a fucking sick weekend, actually.
What'd you get up to?
Yeah. Oh, you did the boat engine.
Well, yeah, Saturday I put the old man come down and we put new bearings in the engine just while it was out, just to make sure they're nice and fresh for January. So we banged that out and I put her all back together and sitting on the stand waiting to go back in the boat when I turned up the right way. And then Saturday night, I went to a mate's place just up the road here and had a poker night and fucking stole all their money.
I love poker. It's so good.
Do you play much?
Not for a long
You know
time.
how
I
to play
played
that?
when I was single. I used to when
I
I
should have told you to come round. I could have took your money too.
No, that was Saturday night. I was drinking or trying to drink. Remember?
I walked in there. It was my first time there. They do it pretty regularly, like once a month. And it was my first time going. And I thought, fuck, I'm not going to get invited back here. I walked in with $50 and walked out with 200.
Love it.
Because they don't play like a tournament. They just play for the money. So you walk in with $50 and you bet like all
You've got
denominations
$50
of the
worth of
$50. Yeah,
Chips.
yeah.
But it's
And
small amounts.
Yeah,
Yep.
like 20 cents, 5 cents,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
And yeah, so once you make your money, you can stand up whenever you like and take the money that you've cashed up, just like a casino, I guess. Stand
Yeah,
up
okay,
whenever you
that
like.
makes
You
a
don't
lot of
have to
sense.
go to the end or anything. You
Yep.
just stand up whenever you feel like it and go, that's me. That's it. Thanks, guys. But once you stand up, you can't sit back down and go back in. So if you stand up, like if you have a really good hand, like early on, and go, yeah, I'm going to cash out and keep that money, you can't go, oh, I'll just buy back in for another $50 now, but I'll keep the rest. Doesn't work like that. Once you stand up, you're
Yeah,
out.
you've got to commit.
But yeah, it was pretty good. I'm keen to go back for the next one. I fucking really. That's the first time I've ever played it like that. Normally I play where, everyone just chucks in their $50 and then the winner takes all.
Yeah.
But sometimes those games can go on forever because you got people that, if no one's getting any good hands, they just keep playing
Just
at minimal
keep fiddling,
bets and
yeah.
fucking whatever else. So, but yeah, they just cut it at a time. They just cut it off and whatever you've got there, you just cash in and get your cash back.
Yeah,
and
exactly
off you
right.
go. Yeah, that was fucking pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's mint.
Were they all drinking? Not really.
Yeah, no, they're all drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had all kinds of fucking weird drinks and shit too.
Weird
Yeah.
drinks like cocktails or
No, like
fruit beers or something.
I don't know. Just they all had different random 6-packs of different Brookvale shit and fucking.
Everyone just
whatever
shared
else
drinks around, or just everyone? Was
Oh no,
drinking
everyone
their
just
own
had
bits?
their own, but yeah, they were all a bit different.
Yeah.
Met a few new people I haven't fucking seen before. They're
If
all
it-
fucking pretty cool.
If it didn't
Just
get
all locals?
postponed, I would have been there.
Yeah.
Just all locals, were they? They all live around here.
Just mate,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
just up the road next door, 2 doors up.
Yeah.
From here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just it's mostly just his mates.
Yeah, copy.
But yeah. And then Sunday, what did I do Sunday? Oh, Sunday I got up and I don't know why, but I was really keen on bacon and eggs for breakfast. We had no fucking bacon. So I was like, righto, I'm going to the shop. And then the kids were up early. I was like, righto, well, we're going to ride our fucking push bikes to the shop. So we rode our push bikes to the fucking shop, me and the kids. The missus stayed at home. And it was pretty funny riding on the way to the shop. We just went down to the Bly Park shops here. On the way to the shops, I'm cruising along. They're following me. I could see this footpath was a little bit wet. And I was like, oh, what the fuck's going on there? And I looked and he's got his sprinkler in his yard. So I've timed her. So I've gone and missed it.
Oh,
And it's come over onto the kids and they're like, oh, what the fuck's going on? And I was like, you's got wet. And
Sucked in.
then we got the shops and they're complaining that they're wet and whatever else. And they're like, oh, can we not go home that way so we don't get wet again? And I was like, well, you just got to be careful and just go when it's not spraying. They're like, we don't want to go that way home. So we went home a different way. And it was funny because there was a sprinkler on the way home too that way. Anyway, got home and cooked breakfast and everything. That was all sweet. And then pretty much just worked at home all day, cleaned some shit up and done whatever, did a bit of work on my boat. And they had some raffles down here at the club on Sunday night, like their big Christmas raffle with all the fucking toys and fucking
Yeah,
whatever
they go
else.
away.
So we decided to go down there for that.
And you won fuck all.
And no, we won a few things, but me and the missus ended up getting pissed because they had Christmas cocktails there that I noticed. I was like, oh, well, fuck, get into them.
Into it.
So they had. So I just got like a whiskey dry on tap when we first got there. And she's like, oh yeah, I don't mind that. I'll have another one of those. So right, I went up there to get another one, and I seen this little sign for these 3 different cocktails. I had a Santa one, a Grinch one, and a gingerbread man one. And I'm not really a fucking gingerbread type of person. I don't really like the ginger. So I thought, oh, fuck that one. So I just got the Santa one. Anyway, I took it back out, and she's like, oh, this is fucking different. She said, yeah, that tasted all right. And I said, well, here, it's your shout for the fucking next one. Get the Grinch one. So she went in and got the Grinch one and comes back out. And so this sign didn't tell you what was in them or nothing. It just had pictures of each one. Comes back out with the Grinch one. She goes, you're not going to like that. It's like, oh, why? What's in it? I just assumed it was like Midori and lemonade, like green shit. She goes, it's a fucking mimosa. And I was like, you kidding, aren't you? She's like, nah. I said,
Love
why
it.
the fuck's it green? She said, I don't know. He must have added food dye or something to it. So anyway, I fucking struggled through that because it's, what a mimosa
Fucking
is,
champagne.
orange juice.
Yeah,
I
but
struggled through that.
Just fucking drink it. Don't be a sook.
Well, I did. I
well,
drank
you
it. but
tell
it was-
yourself that fucking Saturday night.
He wasn't hurting. I was drinking. I was struggling because it was hurting.
Well, I did. And anyway, it was just a bit rough. So I pushed it away, and then I thought, you know what? We'll have to have the fucking gingerbread man one. We can't miss one. So I went and got it. It didn't even taste like fucking gingerbread. I think it was just gingerbread man because they had a little man cookie in it. But it was the nicest one of all. It was just super strong. So I got the two of them come out. They even looked a bit smarter because they were in like a nice martini glass with, chocolate up the sides and whipped cream and shit on the top.
So that was the best one.
Anyway, the missus had the first mouthful. She goes, "Fuck, that's spicy." And I said, "It can't be fucking spicy. It's liquid. It's drink." Anyway, I had a mouthful and I went, "Oh." She goes, "See, I told you." I said, "Well, it's not spicy. It's just fucking strong." And I think we were drinking like straight vodka. That's what it tastes like. It was burning, going down your fucking throat. Anyway, we finished them and we were leaving. And she got in the driver's seat and she goes, "Fuck, I think you should drive. I think I'm a bit pissed." And I said, "Me too." And she goes, "You drank the same as me." I said, "No, I was drinking before we even went to the pub, remember?" She goes, "Oh, yeah, that's right." And I said, "Besides,"
Courtesy bus.
I said,
you go.
"Besides, you work fucking 2 minutes from home. You can walk to work.
Yeah.
If any one of us needs our license, it's me. You're driving home." She goes, "Righto, fair enough."
Drink responsibly.
I do, one at a time.
we weren't really that pissed. She only had three cocktails and the whiskey dry, so it wasn't that bad.
When you mentioned about that gingerbread, my missus, you know how she's in the her sourdough phase.
Yeah.
Like
She made
every other single person in the world.
single person. I hope she's not fucking single.
No, every person in the world.
Every single person in the world. Yeah, I get you. All right, so she made a gingerbread one.
Oh yeah,
Fucking cracker.
yeah.
Absolute
I don't know, I'm
cracker.
just not a
Yeah,
fan
I
of the
can't. I don't
ginger.
like gingerbread.
Dude, it
Tastes-
was tastes like a gingerbread. It is so bloody good.
Yeah, right.
Loved it.
Anyway, we got a couple of prizes at the raffle, so that's pretty sweet.
We're coming into Christmas. This is start of December. Do you do Elf on the Shelf?
We haven't, but I think we're gonna this year.
Fuck that. Don't.
It's funny.
It's not.
It's
The kids fucking froth it.
It's
dude.
funny for about 2 goes.
It's a
and then
bit-
it's like fucking hell. I've got to do it every day.
The elves run away.
Oh, they fucking
If you give it up, they run away.
and
Yeah,
you got to
so
be onto them because
there's-
if you touch them,
There's tricks to it.
Yeah, you can't touch them.
yeah. But
They
how do you
lose
know
their
that
magic.
if you don't, if the kids do it secretly, and then they're onto
It's
it?
easy. You put him in places where they can't touch.
Oh, well, fuck that.
He's got to hang from the roof and shit.
I said
Cupboards that
no.
they can't reach.
You said no.
You don't have any kids here.
Elf on the Shelf. John
No, but
says
there's
no.
got a little baby one.
Yeah, but it stays at
Yeah.
that place, not at your place.
Fucking one pot it won't be.
Yeah,
Obviously didn't get the memo to come round.
Elf got
yeah,
lost.
he must be still up there. No, I think we're probably gonna.
It's
do it
fun,
this
dude.
year.
I enjoy it.
Fuck that.
Yeah. I enjoy it. We've done it for the past 3 years, I think it is.
It gets your imagination going because you got to think of weird shit
Yep.
to do all the time.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my it started with my cousin up in Queensland. She started Elf on the Shelf obviously with her kids, and she put photos up on Facebook, and her kids were frothing it, and so obviously when my kids were at an age to enjoy it, we started getting onto that, and then we were up there at Christmas time, and we were talking about how much fun it was, and then she's passed down because all the kids, all her kids are of age, so she had some stuff for it, and she passed it all down, and it was bloody really cool. The kids love it.
I could think of some really cool shit that's
Oh man, yeah.
probably not rated.
I've
for
seen those
7-year-olds.
elves like do like shits on the toilet roll and stuff like that.
There's a whole Facebook groups of it.
Yeah.
Like pages of what to
Yeah.
do.
No, what you've seen. What are you talking
It's
about?
pretty
It's
easy.
it's magic, you fuckwit.
Yeah.
It's what you've seen the elf
Yeah.
do.
All right. Let's get into sport, eh?
Let's do some sport. There's a bit to talk about. Righto.
Give us a rundown of your AFPGP Taree, Joel.
Oh yeah, righto. Yeah, it was pretty good with everyone supporting it. Well, it was mostly
Plenty of
from the
votes.
outboarders, but there was a fair few 95s, I'm pretty sure they were, running around up there. And Explicit and Odin
Oh yeah, I did see
had a
that.
run. There was White Noise, 101 and 55, Tatey.
How'd Tady's thing go?
They forgot to put the bungs in,
Oh no.
and lucky the boat's full of foam and floated, but fucked all the Motec gear in it.
Oh shit.
So that's went home and been pulled apart. White Noise, I think, only did one good run, and it stopped at the top end at one point and never come back out. So I don't know what was going on with that. I never went, had a look. Odin looked quick, like really quick.
It always looks so fast.
Yeah,
Did they do plenty of runs up there?
yeah,
I heard a rumour they did a fair few runs and they were all pretty solid.
yeah. They didn't really have that. I noticed many issues or
Yeah, okay, sweet.
the boat looked.
So they're getting onto it.
Yeah, it's fast, and I think they've got to start dealing with the handling.
Yeah, okay.
So it looked like it started walking,
Yeah, righto.
like how everyone's been when they're up that speed, they're starting to rock around a fair bit.
Yep.
So, but it looked quick. Explicit had a crank trigger, I'm pretty sure, get wet.
Yep.
And
Feeding
stuffed
issue.
up. And yeah, they fixed that problem and they were good to go and run around. And that still looked quick. And I did see a photo that Hayden just said, and there's a little oxygen bottle in the back of the boat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, eh? I didn't know they were doing that. Well, I knew they were thinking about it.
I never went and looked at it. I was busy at points, but I wasn't busy most of the day. I never went and had a look.
Went. Maybe Tony can give us a call through and tell us how the NOS trialing went.
Yeah.
'Cause that's pretty cool. I like the idea of it.
I never went and had a look at another. I should have went and had a look at Quiver because I don't know what engine he run.
Oh, yeah.
But I did get told it may have been the 6 litre
Yeah, righto.
because it looked fast.
Yeah, okay.
And I didn't find out until after. Oh no, it was Sunday morning. I found out. I went up and seen Sam McIntosh,
Yep.
and he said he was driving the boat.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, righto. Oh, that explains a little bit then, because it wasn't quick, like it wasn't
Yeah.
Okay.
in and out of the corners like
Yep.
Ryan is. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But he still did. He was still fast,
Mhm.
but just learning and whatnot. And he said,
Getting his
fuck,
head
it's
around it.
different.
Oh,
But it was heaps of fun, he said. But yeah, Quiver looked real quick, so I don't know what was going on there.
that's
I'm
exciting.
assuming it's a 6 litre.
That's exciting.
But yeah, with the outboards, Reese put it on pole in front of Simon and Ewan Bricker. By their times were a tenth of a second, or
Yeah, right.
Bloody close.
yeah, I think there was like 3 tenths between them all, or 5 tenths or something. It was fucking close.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yeah, but give Simon. So how it ended up working, like all the sort of quickish boats ended up in the odds heat.
So the odd
Oh,
race
'cause
was
they were
really
all-
fast.
Yeah.
So Simon got heat 2, but all the other ones sort of stepped and gradually got a bit further away. So he had a decent heat.
Yeah, right.
So that got him pole for the final. Like how they do their start and then
Yep,
they do
yep.
the reverse grid.
Yep.
Get your points for where you finish, start the final. And Simon smoked it off the dock, and then Ewan wasn't far behind him, and then Reese being on the outside, and they started down at the salos on
Yep,
the
yep.
bridge side of the salos.
Yep.
So you're pointing up the track. So you're basically every boat is nearly a full boat length behind as you run down the bank.
Yep.
So you're on the back foot once you start going backwards a little bit. And so they ran around like that. And then Ewan they were having a fuel issue sort of all weekend. It hit its head, and they come over and showed us they sucked the fuel out of the tank. And the bottom of it was full of like, I don't know, you should say like, I didn't check it, but it was like dirt or something in the bottom. And the fuel that they got from the servo there.
Oh, yeah, right. So it's just servo fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they all run 98.
Yeah.
So
okay.
they run a fuel filter.
Yeah, they all got filters on them, but yeah, they're just having these problems
That sucks.
rear its head, and then they found that and they washed it and fucked around. And that's, I think, so that's what they stopped. So probably halfway through the race, he had a bit of a hiccup in the top corner. And then Reese got around him because he wasn't that far behind, which put him into second. And then I think the next lap or the lap after, it completely stopped. So that put him out. And then like 2 minutes to go, Simon fucking kicked a rod out
Oh, shit.
Yawn.
And and it is. So that put Reese into one, and then Nick Coles, which was doing fucking real well, into second, and then Will Parker was in third.
So
Re-
Reece Coles, Nick Coles, Will Parker.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
the
so-
two brothers, first and second.
I thought they
Yeah.
were cousins.
You have to call him cousins. He's from over the ditch.
Cousins.
The
Cousin.
Cozzy Brew. But yeah, and Mitch Williams from the 100 Mile an Hour Club.
Yes.
It wasn't an if, it was a when. I had to swim.
I seen his first post, and then it's like, oh, that didn't age well, you dickhead. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
but
it sucks seeing him get wet, but it was good to see him get back going
yeah,
again.
it's an outboarder. It's not
Yeah.
if, it's when.
Yeah, they say that about the outboards, don't they?
But they had a learning curve with them for that. So they pumped the fuel out as you do to rerun the engine.
Yep.
Chuck 20 litres back into it, put it down the ramp, fired, run, and brrr. And fucking not fun. And then so Reese went over and was giving him a hand. Then I went over and was giving him a hand and fucking around and pulled him out. I was like, oh, fuck, it's still plugs are wet. Like, it's weird, but blew him off, wound it over. Still, right, I wind, got all the water out, right, put him back in. Sort of wanted to kick, but it didn't. I was like, it's got to be water. Like, pull the plugs back out and boom, water coming out. I said, there's fucking water still in your fuel. And then asked the question, is that what's in the tank? Like, it's full of foam, like the fuel foam shit.
Oh,
I said, that's holding water for days.
yep.
So they had to pull the tank apart,
Yep.
get all the water out of the foam.
Ah, poor buggers.
I said, fuck all that off. Get rid of the foam, don't even put it back in. I said, you don't need it.
Yeah, so get rid of the foam and then run like a slosh tank or something
Don't
like
even
that.
need that. It's
Oh, really?
Carburetted.
Okay.
So
Get away
bowls
with
hold
it.
enough fuel anyway. So, but they ended up putting the foam back in. But yeah, I wouldn't run it. I wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
You could put a surge tank in it if you wanted to.
Yeah, I've always thought a surge tank would be the best way to go.
With an injection, yeah, it is.
you have
but,
to, don't you?
Yeah, but with like you realistically your pickups at the back, so you're going down the straight. It's going to be there. It's only when you turn the corner and you're off the throttle anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and the bowls are full of fuel.
Yeah.
You keep going, fuel's back there again. So I don't think you need it, but if you really wanted to or you had that issue, just put a little surge tank in after the tank.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, there was a decent weekend for the second round for them.
Yeah. Yep. They're getting through 'em.
And the next one's in Mildura.
Sounds good.
Yeah, when we go racing.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah,
time we
fucking
get the
time.
water.
Been outboard racing a fucking lot. Without inboard racing.
I think you've really turned gay now.
Nah, not yet.
How many more races till you actually turn gay?
Probably a couple more years.
You start.
When someone gives me a drive and I sit in the seat.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't had a steer yet.
Oh, I'm too scared to turn it over.
Oh, that's what I was. Like,
Reese has offered me heaps. Reese
Yeah.
goes, yeah, you can drive this whenever. I said, yeah, well, we're going to pull every single electrical system out of this boat.
So when it gets wet, I just want to be able to put it back together.
They're pretty good, but they're actually I do think Mitch stuffed a dash, but most of the dashes were in like Reese's DAX and that. They're all pretty good dash, so they're sealed pretty well.
Yeah.
So they don't really hurt anything. Turn them upside down, flush water out of them.
Yep.
Fucking where you go.
All
Yeah,
right.
well, at least what's his name? Mitch got his flippers and he can.
Yep.
Yeah, he can sort of. He's gotten through that now.
He can get out of a boat, that's for
Yep.
sure.
Beautiful.
Done his proper cell test.
Cubby.
All right, we'll get into the supercars at Adelaide, won't we, Hayden?
Yeah.
Actually, before you get into that, I just wanted to mention something that I stumbled across.
Bit of a funny.
Yeah, Will Brown's put up on socials a text that he sent all the drivers, and there's a few responses here that I'll just read out some of the funny. I won't read all of them out. I'll read out some of the funny ones. But so I'll read the message out that he sent to all the drivers. Well, I don't know if it was all of them, but some of them. Anyway, this particular one's to Nick Percat, but the message is the same to everybody. It's just the name changes. Hey Nick, what a year! I've been thinking about all the good times we've had on and off the track, and how it's great to call you a mate. Anyway, looking forward to buying you a drink at the gala on Monday night. Good luck this weekend.
Don't bend me.
So that's the message he sent round to everybody, and I'll just read you some of the funny responses. So, Nick Percat's response: Hi Will, this is very formal and nice of you. Thank you for the kind words. I too look forward to you buying me too many drinks because I think you'll need some friends out there on the weekend. And then we've got Cooper Murray. I'd rather buy my own beer, thanks. Who else we got here? Anton D. Pasquale. Will GPT.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's used the AI.
Andre Heimgardner. Going to take some money, not a drink, to take someone out for you. Good luck in the fight. Jack LeBrock. You're a bit late to the party. The other boys have already delivered a few slabs.
That's good.
James Courtney. I got a similar message from Brock.
What do you say?
Similar
got a
message.
similar
A similar
from Brock.
message.
Matt Payne just ignored it. Didn't even reply. Anyway, there are a few of the funny ones.
No warranted
But
reply. Right, so we'll
Tell
jump.
us how the weekend went. Hey, no, I didn't watch it. I've seen a whole heap of.
No, I was spewing. I
shorts
didn't get a
and
chance to watch
highlights.
it.
Yeah, I was keen
Been
to,
away.
but I was just in another world. So
Yeah, no, I was enjoying it a fair bit. We'll talk about the final series a little bit later because there's a little bit to cover there. But on Friday, Feeney put it on pole. Chazzy Mostert put it in second. Cam Waters in third. Brody Kostecki in fourth. So there was a
50K race.
there was $50,000 on the race win. So second and third got stuff all, but yeah, so that was how that worked. In the qualifying, the Andre Heimgardner's car, he shit the harmonic balancer, which went through the oil cooler. So when you look at the front of the car as he's coming around the last corner or coming into the last corner, a whole heap of shit falls out on the ground and then pumps oil everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
And so Brody Kostecki and Cam Waters still needed to finish their lap. They were on for fucking blinders. And Brody got the oil flag and he said on his Lucky Dogs podcast today, he's like, I saw the oil light, but I also had 50 grand in my head, so I was going for pole. And he fucking hit the moon. He come into the corner and just locked up, went straight ahead, slid straight through the grass and just T-boned the fucking wall at the end of the grass spot.
It was, for going that fast, it was a pretty soft.
It was tame.
Yeah.
And I really think that he was getting looked after by the gods there because last time he hit a wall, it didn't really work out that well for him.
Now, tyres to concrete.
That was like a solid hit. So yeah, it was pretty tame for him down there. So then in the race, Brody Kostecki got the win. He got past.
So he won anyway, even though he started from fourth.
Yeah, so he worked his way through pretty quick, just pushed his way through. He got the win, but the problem was that the rain come down real hard. So by the time Brody had sort of gotten to the front and sort of started walking away from everyone, Tommy Randall threw it in the wall at turn 8, which Brody and Will Brown were talking about today in their podcast that if the red flag didn't get thrown on that, then there was going to be about 5 or 6 other people that were going to hit that wall anyway because it was getting real slippery into turn 8.
There was a lot of stuff on that. No, I forgot about that, but it didn't even do the allotted number of laps to call it a race.
Yeah,
I don't think it would have.
It didn't. Missed by a few.
Yeah, but I think they needed to award that 50 grand, and so I think it was just sort of got pushed under the rug.
Yeah,
But I think because it was such a short race, it was
it's still 70 laps.
Yeah, it was such a short race that it was sort of forgotten about. No, that one wasn't. The Friday one wasn't 70 laps.
No,
The Friday one
it
was
like
like
30,
45.
32 or something.
Was it 30 or 32? Yeah.
I
So
think
it was
the
was it?
required number of laps was like.
I must have done
24.
72%, I think.
I think they
it was something
would
like
have.
that. Yeah.
They would have, but they did. Yeah, they didn't go close to the end.
No, they had
They
to
were-
do. I think they had to do like 24 laps
They
to
were
be
just about to
completed,
start.
and they would done like 22 or something like
something
that.
like that. But yeah, I think they just awarded it because hammered down rain. Some people started to go through the pits.
You know, it's back to fucking drive to the conditions.
Yeah, I understand that, but when Tommy hit the wall, he hit the concrete barriers on turn 8 and actually smashed the barrier. So it was torrential rain, and they had to replace the barrier before Motorsport Australia would let them race again.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's when they just said fuck it and packed up shop.
They've been doing a lot of that this year.
So-
Fucking sucking out for the rain.
Brody Kostecki got the win. Chazzy Mostert got second. Ryan Wood got third. Brock Feeney got fourth. Right. So, as we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, Kai Allen's new F1 engineer, Ricardo Corte, I think it is.
Yep.
So he was down there at Adelaide. He got down there early, so to enjoy the event before
Yep.
he actually had to work. And his first experience was that race on the Friday afternoon.
Yeah,
Now, you reckon he would have been blown away by
Shit, yeah.
the chaos
Yeah.
of that sort of shit? Now, I think he'd be looking at this going, fuck yeah, let's go racing. Because in Formula One, yes, it's very fast and it's very technical, but they see hard rain. Like, they sort of run the other way. They don't want to race in the hard rain. Where supercars, yes, I know, as we've spoken about, they've called off a couple of races, but the reason why Friday had to get called off was actually Motorsport Australia wouldn't let them race, right?
It was a barrier that needed fixing.
Right. And by the time they'd fixed that barrier, they would have been past their allotted time. TV wouldn't have allowed them to finish the race, right? But they tried to race. And that F1 engineer would have looked at that and gone, this is going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Because these guys are nuts. Absolutely nuts. So, yeah, his first experience of being part of the crew, like obviously he would have been in the Formula One pits, maybe looking at it, where now he's jumped into this, he's like top of the, like he's in the box, box seat, watching what's going on, and experiencing that, I reckon he would have fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Rightio. So on Saturday, Brock Feeney put it on pole. Aaron Cameron put it in second. Ryan Wood put it in third. So in the race, Aaron Cameron coming off the start, he raced side by side with Feeney. He sort of got a better start than Feeney. Feeney's starts were pretty shit all weekend. Obviously, he was being cautious. Right?
Pressure getting to him.
Well, I don't even know if it was pressure. I think he was trying to be too cautious, but just not doing it the right way. It was his first championship, like first chance at winning a championship. So, I would have been shitting myself too. Anyway, so Aaron Cameron had nothing to lose. He's kept his nose in front through turn 1 and 2. He ended up actually getting to the front of the field. Ryan Wood got past Brock. And then Ryan Wood ended up racing forward to... So Aaron Cameron got past Brock. Ryan Wood got past Brock, and then Ryan worked his way past Aaron Cameron. Couple of laps later, Aaron Cameron slams into... I'm pretty sure it was turn 8. He's come and done a bit of a tank slapper, smacked the wall, and just driven off the track, and he had to end up walking back to the pits, like on the outside of the track.
Yeah,
That would have been a fair walk.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to walk down the track, is he?
Like there's no like internal access or he didn't get in a rescue car, like the medical car or anything like that. He's just walked outside the track and just
Grabbed a
made his way
can on
back.
the way through.
No, I would have. And I would have made sure a freaking TV camera found me. So Brock Feeney ended up getting the win. Chazzy Mostert got second and Ryan Wood got third. Righto. So we jump onto Sunday. Sunday
shaping up to be a good finish.
Chaos. I think there was 20 points between Feeney and Chaz Mostert. Brock Feeney put it on pole. Matty Payne was in second. Ryan Wood in third. Chaz Mostert in fourth. Have you guys seen any of the videos from the first lap of Sunday?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so
I think everyone has.
Ryan Wood...
I've seen 100 of them.
Yeah.
Ryan Wood, yes, I truly believe he was there to make Brock Feeney's life hard. I completely understand that. That's his job. Ryan Wood's coming to I think it was turn 6. He was racing the whole time trying to get past Brock
It
Feeney.
would be turn 6 or 7, I think.
He was faster than Brock Feeney the whole weekend, right? But Brock Feeney had gotten past him by like pit cycles and shit like that. But when it come up to that race, Ryan knew that he had to get past Brock Feeney. He didn't give a fuck about Brock.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
I truly do not believe that any of them had any intention of turning Brock around, but they definitely wanted to make his life hard.
Well, I wouldn't say they had intention of turning him around, but they were going to take risks they wouldn't usually take.
Yeah. I think it was a fine.
They would have done low percentage plays.
Yeah. I think that was fine.
What Ryan did
But-
was fine.
Brock shouldn't have turned in on him.
No,
Okay.
he wasn't far enough up.
He wasn't, but he
wasn't
doesn't need to turn in on him. You could see him, he's coming up
Well-
and fucking inside. Just go, oh, yeah, hang on.
Well, Brock needs extra room to fit his fucking ears through.
Yeah. And his fucking ego.
So, in my opinion, Brock's tried to hold up Ryan, right? So he's sort of tried to take that lane away from Ryan, expecting Ryan to back off. Ryan knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And
should
he would have
thought about it
just kept his nose there.
Yeah.
Either Brock hits Ryan, pushes him in the wall, Brock gets a bloody penalty.
Yeah.
Or Ryan gets up past him and passes him.
But in
It
saying
was
that,
always going to be shit.
in saying that, go back to 2017
I completely agree.
and fucking Lowndes did the exact same thing and McLaughlin got the penalty.
Yeah, that's a bit different though.
No, it's not. Scotty
Yeah.
Scotty
exactly
had more
the same
overlap.
thing.
No, Scotty moved. No, it was about the same overlap.
They-
And
Yeah, they were
Scotty-
both at the C
Scotty
pillar.
totally left no room there.
Scotty had an issue coming out of the corner, and he squared himself up to the
Lowndes'
next
lane
corner.
went to a car width to fucking half a car width.
Scotty didn't move the track move.
The track moves.
Doesn't matter. It's the same.
Yeah, but,
But
you still
yes,
run.
but that's what
move,
happened.
The track move there too. There's a corner.
You haven't got the overlap, so you got to back out of it.
Ryan Wood didn't have it either.
So Ryan,
That's why he got a penalty.
Yeah, but they.
But you trade a 15-second penalty for a championship.
Yeah,
every
but
fucking
I'm saying
day of the week.
they did it that way.
100%.
He gets the penalty that way, but McLaughlin got the penalty in 17.
yeah.
Yeah, because that was a straight line. It's not a corner.
Yeah, but Lowndes shouldn't have been up there. He should have just backed off and just tucked in behind him. But he was
But
doing the same thing for championship,
as
knocked him
we
out.
all knew,
That was that one place that they needed.
Craig Lowndes was the 888 teammate that Jamie Whincup needed. Ryan Wood was the Walkinshaw teammate that Chaz needed.
I'd say McLaughlin still fucked that one up.
No.
100% he did.
Oh,
It was a bit above
did
him at
shit.
that point. He was racing past what he was actually capable of because he was like, I've got to stay in front of this car to win this fucking championship.
He
today.
was racing with a hot head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you and I both know that we do the same thing. I can guarantee you, none of us are
Yeah, you
strong
can't
enough.
squeeze them.
None of us are strong enough mentally to be able to handle that sort of pressure.
Yeah, that's why you got to think about it.
That's
Especially
why
like the way the
after
final
that-
series is now, Brock should have totally had in his head, Wood's going to take me out.
I completely agree. So instead of trying to fight him, let Ryan go because you go, that's not the battle I need. The bloke's still behind me. All I've got to do is finish this race in front of Chaz,
Yeah.
which
They can
we all
finish
know he
fucking
could have
7th and
done.
8th. It doesn't matter.
He could have just stayed in front of Chaz and he would have won the championship.
Yeah.
So he should have been racing, given Ryan enough room,
Yeah, let him go.
let
Just
him go, and then tuck him behind him and then race along.
888 didn't have a plan. 888's plan for the whole year
Didn't
was exactly the
expect
same
it
as
did.
it is last year,
Yeah.
but it's a different system.
So Walkinshaw, after the race happened, Walkinshaw mentioned about 20 times. So I don't believe it's a manufactured story. It's actually the story that they've had over the year. Their story was get into the 10 coming out of Bathurst, which they nearly fucked that up because they had a DNF, but they were in a good enough spot to stay in the 10 coming out of Bathurst. They then dominated Gold Coast by having 2 wins.
Well, it just dominated the final series, the whole round.
That's exactly apart from race 2 at Sandown, he won the first 4 races in the finals. Well, that's what they needed to do. So Walkinshaw did exactly what they needed to do. They didn't need to dominate the year because they knew they weren't going to be able to dominate against Triple Eight anyway.
Yeah, well, that should be everyone's plan.
They got themselves
Work your way up to that.
in the 10, got past the 10 into the 6 or
7.
No, was it the 7? Was it top 7 or top 8, whatever it was, and then out of Sandown they got themselves into the top 4, and then they had the chance to race for the championship. They did exactly what they needed to do for the finals.
Yeah, that was their plan.
They raced the championship that they were given. Brock did the year that he should have had last year.
Yeah,
Right? The championship is not the same as it was last year.
yeah. That's where their fuck-up was.
We're all feeling flat because we're looking at a bloke that's dominated the championship and going, "Fuck, he's a champ. He should have been crowned."
And now
after
everyone's
Friday.
up in arms like, oh, let's change it back because the
Yeah.
right
No,
person
fuck
didn't
that.
win.
That was heaps
But
more exciting.
They would never have said a fucking word if he did actually win.
No,
No,
that's
not
right.
a chance.
They would
Everyone
never
went,
have
that's
said a
fucking
word.
awesome. Rah, rah, rah.
The championship was so much more exciting because it finished at Adelaide.
But that's also, I've thought about reading all the shit today and yesterday. It's the same as the footies final. So in that aspect, a team dominates all year and comes first. They deserve to win. Fuck the finals.
Yeah.
Well,
They just get
there's football leagues out there that are like that.
Is there?
Yeah, the EPL's like that. They don't have grand finals and stuff.
Just
It's
play all year.
Yeah, play all year and the
Yeah.
winner's the winner.
But we're sort of competing with the supercars are competing with NRL and AFL championships where you've got minor premiers and major premiers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Job done. That's exactly what they've done here.
yeah.
And I think what they've done has actually worked. Yes, we're so used to last year's championship where the person that's flogged everyone gets the championship. Well, we're not racing that championship, and Walkinshaw are the only ones that didn't.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say they were
But-
the only ones, but
Well,
Yeah.
Triple Eight definitely didn't.
definitely didn't.
But you look at it also as everyone was bagging out, going, "Oh, what's the point in watching until the enduros or whatever?" But what's the point in watching them anyway?
Well, that does well
Because
yeah.
it's not resolved until
Yeah.
the enduros or a bit later.
I
Going, "Oh, yeah,
watched-
okay, he's probably going to win unless he has some major race failures," because it's already sewn up by Sandown.
Yeah, I watch the racing because I enjoy it. Like,
Yeah,
the
I would
championship's in the
agree that some
background.
people probably won't watch it that intently because you do it with football. You sort of watch through the year, but you don't have to watch every game. But when
That's
the
right.
final series comes around, you watch every game.
Exactly
So
right.
they will lose viewership at the start.
But I
of the
don't think they're
season.
going to lose any more than that. Everyone's
I
just
don't
like,
think-
"Oh, yeah, it's still just another race." You're still racing to the championship.
Yeah, but people won't be. It's not like if you don't drop everything to watch it. If you know what I mean, like, oh yeah, it's on. Oh, yeah,
I
I'll
don't
watch
think
that.
I don't think anyone is now because it's not that exciting to race anyway.
Well,
Anyway, so
yeah.
we'll keep going on this championship because Sunday, more than just that first lap happened.
Oh, we'd be
Right,
fuck the
so-
wheel, fuck
so
this and fuck
after
that, and
that-
fuck the car.
After that, so Matty Payne left everyone because he was in front. Ryan Wood kept on racing, but he got a 15-second time penalty. Brock's first pit stop, he had a stuck right rear wheel. As far as the commentators were saying, it was because of the accident. But that
No,
wheel
that
nut,
was the
that
new-
wheel
that was
nut
the
come
new-
off. The wheel nut come off. So the wheel come off.
The new
Then
wheel.
they grabbed another wheel, like
Yeah.
the wheel that they were going to use with the brand new tyre. They stuck it on. It all sat on the spigots. And then he's tried to blow the nut on like you normally do, and it struggled. It struggled and went 10 ugga-duggers, and it wasn't rotating properly.
Well, it didn't do
So
up
they,
at all.
Yeah, they ugga-duggered back off again. So if it's a shitty spindle, you've just wiped that thread off it, right? They've taken that wheel off, went and got another spare, which would have been a tyre and wheel that they would have been using at the next pit stop. They've grabbed that, and it went zoop straight back on.
Yeah.
So that spindle was fine.
Yeah,
it was
right.
just a shit wheel nut.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
wheel
okay.
nut was fucked. Yeah.
So I'm guessing that they've just used that same wheel nut, cleaned the thread up, and then gone, she'll be right. Fucked if I'd know why you'd do that.
Yeah, yeah.
But the next pit
Without
stop,
even testing
they've
it.
just gone, "Bleh," and the bloody wheel nut's just stuck again. So 2 pit stops, they had two shit wheel nuts. Yes, it was on the same corner. I don't believe it was the bloke that was doing the wheel nuts up, but that could have been the other option, that it was either a shit wheel nut or a shit bloke on the...
Well, it can't have been
He's not
because the
shit,
next
'cause-
wheel went on.
Yeah, I know that, but he would have been a lot more aware of it and like made sure that it was all the way on those spigots. They're like studs, but they're not threaded.
Yeah.
So all the way on those spigots and then throwing the wheel nut on. It, as soon as he put that second spare wheel on, it just zapped straight up.
Yeah.
So Spindle was fine, right? He's gone. He's reported.
In the commentary, they're like, well, at least he got more fuel. I was like, I don't think that's the problem.
Well, not only that, the fuel
It's not Bathurst.
fuel man come off, and then he stuck the fuel hose back on again while they're fiddling around with the wheel. But that was about 5 seconds that he's missed because he's obviously taken it off, getting ready to go, and then he's quickly shoved it back on. Well, there's no lube there. It's a hard thing to go into that hole.
Everything is when it's dry.
Yeah, they were struggling with the dry socket. So then Feeney's raced off. Race has gone on a little bit further. Feeney's come back in again. Oh, did he have... I think he had a couple of missing... Like, it was missing a little bit.
They've been having problems with the crank sensors.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't mention that on the Saturday race. He had a little bit of that, but it didn't really affect the
Had it the week
race.
before, the round before as well.
Had it at Sandown, did he?
Yeah.
So you then come into the second pit stop, had another shit wheel nut, farted around with that, got him going again. After that whole last stint, it's popping and farting up the top end of the gear change. So just before he's pulling gears, the thing's going pop, pop, pop. And then probably another half an hour after that, it's just popping and farting the whole lap. Like, doesn't matter where he is in the gear, in the rev range. He ended up getting lapped by Chaz. So the bloke he was racing for the championship laps him.
Yeah.
That'd fucking hurt. I reckon that'd hurt, eh?
I can see ya.
So everyone's talking about what happened between Ryan Wood and Brock Feeney, but honestly, yes, it hurt at that point. That was a controversy.
Yeah, but
it meant nothing for the rest of the race because he was never going to finish that race in front of Chaz. So it doesn't matter.
You're an idiot if you think Ryan Wood was going to race full fair. Like I said, the team would have given up fucking a disqualification for a championship.
Oh yeah, but I don't
100%.
I don't believe Ryan would have.
No, I don't believe
fucking
it
barged him
deliberately
out of the
turned
way.
him around.
Yeah, I know he would have made his life hard though.
Yeah. That was his whole job, and he knew that. They all
He would
understood
have
it.
just tried it. If this sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, oh well.
Yeah.
And that
Low
thing
percentage
with
plays they would have done.
on
And
Saturday,
they do it. Every car does it in every weekend. Sticks it up the inside, bunts one around. Oh fuck, righto.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
No one
It's not
fucking
like-
jumps up and down about it.
But it only looks bad because
Of the implications.
his teammate is the winner.
Yeah, that's
Anybody
right.
could have done that.
Yeah.
Exactly
Any
right.
one of them.
Guarantee you people did over the weekend in that
Yeah,
same
100%.
corner.
Well, like, I just spoke about Will's fucking text messages. He was
Yeah.
looking for mates.
But also, like, you look at Scott Pye's fucking one-eyed fucking T8 drive that he's got now. It's when he's rambling on his fucking shit he's been doing. He's not even using good footage to show the incident. Doesn't show the incident at all.
It doesn't show up properly.
No, it doesn't show the hit. Shows him spinning out. That's it.
Yeah.
Doesn't show him growing up
Yeah.
the inside or anything.
That's right.
So I seen some footage that Larko had up, and that when he was talking about it, that the angle that he had, it looked like Ryan Wood was more than far enough up the car. But as soon as he switched that to the drone footage, he just went, you make your own decision.
Yeah,
You could clearly
exactly
see
right.
Ryan Wood
Yep.
wasn't far enough up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
so
it
they just
equals a
changed their
penalty.
story
You just get a
halfway
penalty.
through. But yeah, I'm not saying that he was in front or not, but I know that Ryan was racing Brock like me running for the fucking seconds at the buffet. Like, he was there. He was pushing hard,
Yeah, he just
pushing people out of the way.
I want to win the race.
So the bit that I really didn't like was after that incident happened, Ryan Walkinshaw's reaction in the pits, like you could see it was just after it happened. Like there was like a bump and he's sort of gotten, like he's got a big reaction, and then all of a sudden Ryan could see that Brock Feeney was backwards and he's fucking pumping his fist hard.
But you would be.
Like, yeah, but I don't like it because it's like it's cheering that he's broken down
It's
or
no
he's
different
been
to
pushed out of the way.
No different to your whole family sitting on the bank. You're running second, and then someone stopped in front of you like, "Fuck yeah!"
What I'm saying is, I think
It's the same thing.
It looks shit. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do the same, but it looks shit.
It just
Yeah, but everyone
confirms-
does it.
Just confirms that their plan was to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was their plan, but it certainly worked out in their favour.
Paul Morris, I watched one of Paul Morris's videos, and he said about the reaction. I didn't see the reaction, but that's exactly what he said. He said the reaction just confirms that was their plan all along, and good on them. They played the fucking. They played the game.
I know their
played
plan
the
would
game
have
properly.
been to make Brock's life hard. I can't imagine it being binning him. But I guess we weren't there.
No, they wouldn't have been
Doesn't
pinning him.
really
It just
matter.
would have raced him, and it gets
Made
hit.
it
He gets
hard
hit.
for
Like,
Brock, and then
it's the same
when
as
Brock
everywhere.
sends
Low
himself
percentage
out.
plays. If Ryan was going for the championship there, he would have backed out because he wouldn't
Probably
risk
would've.
himself getting.
Yeah, that's right.
But you go back and look at any incident where someone's been spun around, someone's in front or gains a position of importance, they'd be all like, "Fuck yeah, we're in first now," or whatever.
Yeah, it just happens.
It's exactly the same thing.
It just so happens that it was on TV.
Yeah, but they probably all are on TV, but no one questions it because it's middle of the season.
Because it decided the
gaining it.
championship was when
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. You're
it's
going to
looked
do
at
it regardless.
differently.
Or you're just not going to go, oh, what unlucky.
There's so much emotion. in
Better
it.
luck next time.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Yes, we're fucking winning. If you ain't out there to go, fuck yes, we're winning, what's the point?
Yeah. Anyway, so Brock's engine issues with they ended up just sending him backwards. So it ended up
I had a thought on that
all
too.
the shit.
Wondering they shouldn't do it because they've got fucking plenty of money. Are they saving a fucking couple of dollars because they're going to Ford?
Who's saving? What do you mean?
T8 with the crank angle sensors and
Oh, you wouldn't think so.
Nah, surely not.
Fuck.
They're not
But
going
there
to.
was
You
there
wouldn't
was
have thought
talk on
so.
the
They're
there
not
was
going to give a
talk on Lucky
championship up
Dogs.
for $2, just like
Fuck.
the others aren't
Yeah.
for 15 seconds.
Yeah, but the Lucky Dogs are talking today. Brock Feeney and what's his name, Will Brown and Brody Kostecki. They were talking about how Brody reckons that maybe Triple Eight should have done like at least a brand new wiring loom at the start of the year, where he reckons that they've probably just said, well, we're no longer building a brand new car for this year because we're doing Mustangs midway through the year. They've probably just gone, well, there's nothing wrong with this. Let's just keep using it. And it's bitten them in the arse at the last minute.
Yeah, possibly.
yeah.
Anyway, so the points after the grand final are 5,306 for Chaz, 5,244 for Will Brown. So Brock got from the top to third place.
It would have been further down if you had DNF.
Yep. 5,240 for Brock Feeney and 5,223 for Kai Allen. As much as he was in the 4, he was nowhere all weekend. Like he was sort of there and not there at all. Like he was, yeah. So he was never going to get it.
Pretty good for a rookie year, but
Bloody awesome for a rookie year. All right, so we had the shit show at Vegas. Let's talk about the shit show at Qatar. So it was all looking friggin' awesome for Oscar. He put it on pole in the sprint qualifying. George in second. Blando was in third. And Max Verstappen was in sixth. And I thought, okay, well, that's pretty exciting that Oscar's going to send it and Verstappen's going to struggle or someone's going to hit him or something like that. But and Oscar ended up sending it to the end. He got the win. Gorgeous George got second. Blando got third. And Max worked his way up 2 places into fourth.
Just needed to get one more.
Yeah, if he had pushed Blando out of the way, pushed him into a fucking wall, then we would have been
Cheering, just
Cheering.
like Walkinshaw were.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd
exactly.
be doing the Walkinshaw
It's the
pump.
fucking same thing.
I would have fist pumped like Ryan Walkinshaw did. But I've got no skin in the game. Anyway, so we go across to the GP qualification. Oscar put it on pole. Blando is in second. Max Verstappen in third. Let's jump across to the GP race. Have you got some leaked audio from that race, Michael?
Well, it's not from the race, so it was after the race. It's Oscar doing the debrief. With the team after the race. I'll play it.
Said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. What you just said is...
So that was his comments to his engineer or whoever was doing the friggin' what's it called? The strategy for the weekend. Oscar led it off pole. Race lap 7, one of the state cars. Is it Hulkenberg? He's threw it on the off the racetrack. He's destroyed his car, and instead of pitting either of the McLaren cars, they left them both out. Now, you tell me if you reckon this sounds about right. Oscar's leading the race. That means that they can't put Blando in for his pit stop, right? Because that means that with the overlap, like it would have either been
Lando would have to wait behind him.
Oscar would have had to go in first because that's the double stack. The Oscar would have had pit preference because he's leading the race. They can't put Lando in behind. They can't put Lando in before Oscar because Oscar's leading the race. So instead of pitting Oscar and then pitting Lando the lap after, they left them both out and fucked themselves completely. Completely destroyed their whole race. Now, it's really frustrating. To stop a double stack issue, they didn't want to see Oscar win. I can guarantee that's what it was.
That. I don't understand that you're upset about it because it's been like that for...
There'd be no
But
double
it's just
stack issue
blatantly-
anyway. It's not like supercars.
Blatantly piss poor.
It's not like he was. If he was like,
There'd be double stack for like a 2 seconds.
fuck it, not even because he wouldn't be there.
I suppose he'd slow himself up. Yeah.
he's still driving in.
Oscar would have been able to get into that pit straight away because he was leading. He was leading by a bit. Get in, do his pit stop. What is it, 3 seconds? 2.5 seconds?
A slow one's 3 seconds. So if Lando's like 3 seconds behind or less, there wouldn't have been a double stack.
So anyway, so we know that's all bullshit. That's all fully McLaren. So Max and the rest of the field pitted, got out. Oscar and Lando, they left the field because they had warm tyres and I think they had softs. They ended up having to go through their pit cycle. The rest of the boring race happened and Max stayed in front of the rest of the field. Oscar worked his way up to second. Carlos was in third and Blando was in fourth. So
Lucky to get fourth,
but he got there. But the fact that Oscar was able to work his way up to second, that's okay. But he should have been leading. It should have been an easy fucking win for Oscar. So now coming out of Qatar, going into what's the last round?
Abu Dhabi or something.
Abu Dhabi, that's right. Lando's in 408 points. Max has jumped Oscar with 396 points. And Oscar is in 392 points. I reckon that's a pretty big jump because Oscar and Max were in equal points. Oscar wins the sprint with Max Verstappen. where was
Fourth.
Max was in fourth in the sprint.
The problem is the sprint.
You
race
get
is
stuff
worth
all
fuck
points
all
out of it.
points,
Yeah. And then you've got the GP race. Max finishes just in front of Oscar, and Oscar's now 4 points behind.
Yeah.
So yes, I think it's like 6 points between first and second or something like that.
At least in the last one, whichever one of them two finishes in front will beat the other one.
You hope so, yeah.
Well, it will.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
So,
what the order is.
Let's just hope that someone like Lando's thing gets fucking binned on the first corner, and then Oscar is on pole.
Lando's got to finish below third to not win it.
So Oscar can finish fourth. Lando can finish fourth. Oscar can win.
No,
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 Max
it's
can-
got to be
won't.
further than that.
Yeah.
It's got to be like
For
6.
Oscar to win, Oscar's got to win the race, and Lando's got to be ninth or something.
No, I
What?
don't think it's that far
No.
back.
Yeah, it is.
I thought it
It
was
is.
6.
No, it's got to be that far back. It's only like fourth. I think it's fourth for Max, and it's like 8 or something for Oscar.
Yeah, right.
That's
I didn't think
gay.
it was that far back. Yeah, right. Because there's still a big points gap there between Oscar and Lando.
Yeah, actually, that is, yeah.
But
That's,
for Max, it's like I think it's
That's
fourth.
16 points.
Yeah,
No,
for
it's
Max,
12
I think
points for Max.
I think it's fourth.
Max has got to win. Lando's got to finish fourth.
Mm.
There's been heaps of charts on it.
But it doesn't matter where they finish with Max and Oscar. Whichever one of them two finishes in front of each other, they will beat the other one.
Yep.
There's no
be
points gap
fine.
that will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd just love to see someone take Lando out. Yeah, I can almost guarantee we're going to see Lando get the championship. Across, I'd love to see Oscar
No,
get
I
it.
reckon Max will get it.
You reckon Max will actually get him?
Yeah, I reckon
Wow.
Max will get it.
It's going to be interesting.
Wouldn't it be cool if Oscar beats Max and Lando bins it? That's just what I want to see.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Anyway, that's enough F1. All right, let's jump across to the next one.
Oh, new segment.
I love this song.
Play the stinger.
Clear as day, clear as mud, rule book review.
All right. Well, you just know the go with this. It's sponsored by Addicted Marine. If you need any performance parts for your race boat or your ski boat, give them a call and follow them on their socials. So, as we said last week, this is where we throw the left-handed blindfolded dart at the dartboard.
Fucking hard.
Joel was the one today.
You gotta watch out for your toes.
So
And you can hear it blindfolded. You hear it hit fucking the board and it bounce
and
back.
shoot back. So yeah, Joel threw the board and he hit number 15.
So how are we working this?
So we sent that to Mikey
Mm-hmm.
for his response. So because we went from page 1 to 20 last week, 15 would now make us on page 35.
All right, let's scroll through to 35.
So we go to 35, and then has Mikey sent a thing in for the rule he wants to play?
I think he has.
Yes, it was. It is here.
He actually used the
Uh,
memo.fm link.
It's an easy link to use.
That's so good.
Just record it, put in your email, send.
All right, boys. Hope you can hear me. Nudo, shut your mouth. Right. New segment. Let's talk about some rules, boys. And this one I'm dying to talk about because it's one that people get wrong all the time. So let's do rule group 605, mainly 605.03 and all the ones after that. I think that will be a good discussion point, and I'd love to get you, all three of you's thoughts on that.
All right. So he said 605. We were more specific on an actual rule number, not a section, but that's all good.
I think those rules sort of work together, don't they?
It probably will. So he said 605.03. So we'll read that and we'll read the 03 section because there's a few in that section.
All right, so if anyone wants to actually look up the rule book's specific spot that that we're talking about as well, if you go onto Google, just type in Oz APBA rulebook and it'll actually bring up the revision, like the latest revision. You just click on it and it goes straight to the rulebook and you just scroll straight through. So that's the
Easy
easiest
as.
way to access the rulebook whenever you want.
Yeah, super simple.
Yep.
Alrighty, 60503. Overtaking in turns.
We've heard this chat before.
605.031.
Is that what we're going to do the whole lot, are we?
Yeah, well, they're all 03.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm looking at the wrong bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so 605.031. When trying to overtake a boat on the inside, the driver must foresee the direction of the boat being overtaken and take all necessary precautions, including stopping the boat in order to avoid a collision. Does that one seem clear to you guys? Do you think you have any questions?
No, I think that's pretty good.
So what do you think it means, Hayden?
When trying to overtake a boat on the inside, the driver must foresee the direction of the boat being overtaken. So you need to be able to understand where that boat is going to be going.
So if you're on the inside of me, you're trying to overtake me on the inside, I'm in front of you, you're trying to overtake me on the inside, what should you do?
Keep driving, and if you're in the way, push you out of the way.
So basically that means
Back off and...
you give way to that boat that's in front of you.
Yeah.
You've got to be aware that that boat is going to be...
He can do
taking
whatever
that
he
turn.
likes.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he likes. You give way to that boat at all costs. So that'll get elaborated on with the next couple. So I'll read them. So do we agree that first one's pretty clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
There we go.
Righto. So 605.032. When passing a buoy and an overlap has been established between two boats, when both of them are about to pass the buoy on the required side, both boats must maintain their lanes, i.e. they must maintain their distance from the buoy until the buoy has been rounded. Failure to comply will result in disqualification from the race. Do you understand that rule, Hayden?
Yes, you need to stay in your lane in the same distance from those turn buoys all the way around.
Do you understand what an overlap is?
When you're showing your nose beside the next boat.
So the overlap rule is in a previous part, but I'll just quickly explain the overlap rule. An overlap is basically whenever a boat cannot choose which side of the boat it wants to pass on. So if the nose of my boat is 1 inch past the transom of your boat, that's an overlap. That's when we have to hold our lanes.
Yes.
If there's an inch gap,
Yeah.
so if I've got an inch before your transom, I've still got to give way to you.
As in the leading boat needs to give way.
No,
Or the trailing boat.
trailing
needs
boat,
to give
yes.
way. The trailing boat gives way the whole way until he has an overlap, which is, I forget the actual wording of the rule, but it's when the boat can't choose which side he wants to pass on. So wherever there's an inch gap, so you can see the picture there. If there's a gap between the nose of the trailing boat and the transom of the boat in front, he has free choice where he can change. So that means there is no overlap. So you don't have to hold your lane.
Yeah, because he can move around behind your boat.
He can move so that
Yeah.
you don't have to hold your lane. But as soon as there's an inch there, you must hold your lane.
Yes. Yeah, I completely
You
understand.
understand that, Joe? Get
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. That's, yeah.
Seems pretty clear.
Clear as day.
Fuck, how good's this? We're all on the same page.
Clear as day.
All right, so 605.033. A boat is not justified in attempting to establish an overlap by forcing a passage between another boat and a buoy at a turn after the latter boat has altered course for rounding the buoy.
Yeah,
Does-
so you can't
does
charge the corner.
That's basically what that's saying.
After
Clear
that,
as day.
after the boat has started to commit to the corner,
Started turning.
you
Once
could
he's-
not actually get an overlap.
Once he's started his corner, you can't keep running in to create the overlap.
Yes.
I would say that's pretty clear,
But you can,
although
as
Go,
long as there's
John.
a lane still there, you can stick that.
Well,
you're
no,
fine.
I wouldn't. Well, that's still forcing an overlap. So you don't need, if there's not an overlap before
Oh,
that corner starts.
yeah.
He can go wherever he likes. You must give way to him if you're
Yeah.
trailing. The only thing I would say that's not quite clear about that is when is the corner started and when is the corner completed?
Well, in
I
that
would say
diagram,
I'd say the corner
it's-
starts once you have committed to a corner.
well,
So
depends
what's
what boat you're
committing
going.
to the corner?
What depends what boat you're going. You look at a hydro, they're
Well, no,
committed
no.
fucking
Before
100
you
metres
get
out.
into that, because that doesn't really matter. What would you say is committing to the corner?
At a rule book level, you would have to say once the boat has started to turn.
Okay, so once you start a turn, so that's not what's written there. What if I said to you, my corner's started from the second I back off to slow down to make that corner?
Well,
That can make sense too,
technically,
but you haven't moved though.
How far do I have to move?
Oh, dude, but like it's
Because boats back off differently, remember?
yeah. When you try,
that's how
when
they
you're
have the
trying
problem
to get,
with inboards and outboards.
yeah, it's getting muddier and muddier.
So maybe this isn't one super clear.
It's definitely not super clear.
I know what it means and what it's supposed to do,
You
but
can,
we
you
need
can have
to-
the intention of it, but yeah, if you want to read
Yeah.
into it a bit further,
Exactly. So I know the intention of it, but we need a clear definition of when the corner starts. So you could start turning for that corner 200 metres out. If you're, like, let's just say you're running the bank at Windsor, like one of the Yank flat bottoms do, kissing the rocks going up the straight. The second you put a bit of angle on that boat to start drifting it towards the turn, boys, the corner's started.
It has to have.
it's
That
no
means
different.
someone can't keep coming up the inside. They've got to give way to you because your corner's already started.
Well,
Same
I
as
think
GP.
I think that is how it is, isn't it?
Exactly
But-
like Joel's saying, a GP odds plane, if they start turning before the corner, which
their
they do
corner
because
started.
they drift onto the buoy,
Yep.
the corner started the second they start turning.
Now, I'll ask this. What do you think about... So you've got a GP, say they're turning in, say, pole 5, and I'm in pole 1. So can I not pass that boat? Can I not
If
come
there's
up
no
to that boat?
overlap, if there's no overlap, no.
As in,
That's what the rules are.
yeah, but if they're in pole 5 and I'm nowhere near them,
You
this
can't-
is where it gets muddier.
It's,
So
well,
I
it says-
can't
it says
race into the corner.
It's not justified in attempting to establish an overlap by forcing a passage between another boat and a buoy after the turn, at the turn after the latter boat has altered course. So
Okay.
if that GP hydroplane is 1 inch in front of you, there's clear water. Whether he's in pole 25 and you're in 1 is all irrelevant. Once that boat starts turning, you cannot keep driving into the corner. You must let him go.
So realistically, any time any outboard driver, like a tunnel boat driver, has ever beaten a displacement boat around a corner, they should be disqualified. That's how it is. That's
depends.
how that's being read.
Depends. So a logboat, this is why I asked, when does a corner start?
Because they still use the same corner profile.
Because an unlimited boat will lift off for the corner to start their approach to the corner, but they haven't turned the steering wheel yet.
Yeah, but
So
you can see
has
you
the
can
corner
see.
started yet, or has it not started yet?
But if you go off the diagram that's in the before page,
Well, you can't really go off that because the
yeah, but you can
angles
see
of the boys are
the
odd.
angle of the boys are weird, but you can see where the arc starts. Straight lines, arcs are straight across from the boys. So that'll give you at the boys the corner starts.
So if you're turning before that buoy, you can still force a passage.
Well, because you're still on the straight.
Right.
So yes, it's clear.
So
as
when
mud.
the GP starts turning early, you can keep running in,
yeah,
and then
if that's where you want to clarify as the start of the
once
corner.
that happens, everyone must hold their lane.
Yes.
So then the GP's got to
Let's just start
steer back
drifting
out to
wide.
try and work out what lane he's actually in at that point because he started the corner in
Yeah.
5 or 6, but now by the time there's an overlap, he's into 3 because he was aiming for 1. But now does he have to straighten back up and try to go in 3 again? And
Yeah, clear as mud.
Clear as mud.
so that one's not very clear.
Well,
We understand the intent of it.
yeah, but every time I've ever seen a displacement boat race against a tunnel boat, that displacement boat can be halfway around a corner, and I've seen a tunnel boat come in and out during that same time.
Yeah, but it's still it's
That's
going to
an
happen
overtake.
if you're faster around the corner.
Yes, but that's an overtake.
But if there's a lane there, you're fine.
You can overtake.
You can't force.
But you've got to maintain your lane if there's an
Yeah.
overlap. If there's no overlap, you don't have to maintain your lane.
You can't force
That's
the
the
lane
only
there.
difference.
You can't force the lane.
No, you can't force an overlap.
Yes, but
Yeah, but you're not
The-
forcing the overlap. Yeah, you're
the-
not charging the
the
corner.
boat being overtaken isn't allowed to move in that corner anyway.
Yes, he is. If there's no overlap, he can do what he likes.
But where's the holding your lane rule?
That's only in
for
the first turn.
corner.
That is?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's out of
So
the
these
question.
two rules kind of contradict each other.
Yes, that's right.
So
That's
they
why
can't-
I've
they can't be
always sort
used
of
together.
struggled there. Yeah.
You've only ever hold your line in the first
Yeah. So
corner.
this has got nothing to do with the first corner because that's a whole nother rule.
Yep.
This is every corner after that.
Yeah, that's fine then.
But I think this is what we should do on the first corner as well.
As long as
I like these rules.
Because you can change. You can go up and over, under, go wide.
So
come
the
back
only
up
time
inside.
you have to maintain your lane, and both boats have to do it, no one else has to. Only the two boats that have an overlap.
they need to stay where they are.
They
Yeah,
need- and
because
an
you
over-
can't come
overlap
across
is-
on someone,
Overlap's
When
pretty
they're
and
rare.
they can't
inside
drift
you.
apart on someone.
Yeah.
An overlap is generally pretty rare when you get to like a second corner.
Yeah.
Unless you've got
And then-
someone
and
that's had a stuffed up the first corner and they're chasing back up again.
Something like that, yeah.
But then when the overlap happens most of the time, there's been a few instances where it hasn't. They know that they're there and they both are still going around at the same time. It didn't happen with
Yeah, there was already an overlap.
it didn't happen with Cracker and Outlaw because he didn't have the overlap and he started to turn. But Ads thought the lane should be there.
That's right, but realistically, as per the rule book,
The lane doesn't have to be there because
yeah.
Cracker
The-
had to give way to Outlaw.
yeah.
Yeah.
He just with that first with
The
the
only-
way they want to read the rules for the first rule for the first turn, they think the lane has to be there, but the lane doesn't have to be there yet.
The only part that I find confusing about that is we don't know when a corner starts and finishes.
Yeah,
A definition
and
of
the diagram doesn't really say that either.
it doesn't say.
no,
but,
it's just that diagram's just explaining what an overlap is.
yeah, but if you looked at it, the straight lines are parallel with the corner, with the two boys
So the corner starts at the buoy.
at the boys.
That would then mean that Cracker was in the right against Outlaw. He could do what he did because the
Why is
corner
that?
hasn't started yet. They hadn't turned yet.
Oh yeah,
They weren't at the buoys yet.
yeah. Well, he started to turn in early.
Yeah, but they weren't at the buoys yet.
No, they weren't.
So
yeah.
was the corner started?
Well,
off.
did he have
This is why it's not
But-
clear.
But did he have a lap when he started to turn?
That's not the corner
Did
yet.
he have two boat lengths
Doesn't matter.
to change lanes?
Yeah, he would have.
So therefore, he's allowed to change lanes,
Well, yeah, he can change lanes.
and then you can go back to going. Did he charge the corner? Where
Well,
he
no,
didn't
'cause-
charge the corner because he can turn at that speed.
Well, no, he didn't charge the corner because the corner hasn't started yet.
No, but he was running into the corner.
Doesn't matter. The corner hasn't started
Yeah.
yet. Well, it depends. Depends which what rule.
Yeah.
So there's,
What rule-
there-
there's
to me,
50
there's
rules
three
on it,
options for the corner. It either starts at the buoy, perpendicular to the center line of the track. There's a measurement at a point out from the track, which you would have to throw another buoy in the water, and that's from that point on. If there's no overlap,
Yeah, okay.
give way. Or it's either when the first boat starts to turn or lifts off the throttle. Either. You probably can't really use lifting off the throttle because
Yeah.
if you get a bit out of shape, sort of 3/4 down the track and you lift off the throttle, you say, oh, that's where I was going to turn.
Yeah.
That's where I was lifting off the turn. So the best option I would say would probably be
A marker boy.
a marker buoy before the corner,
Yeah.
whether that's 50 metres, 100 metres, 200 metres,
Well,
whatever.
it won't be
that's
that
for
far.
someone
You could only do 50
better than
meters.
us.
50 meters at the most, I reckon.
Well, that'd be something that'd have to get voted on and worked out because 50 metres is pretty close to the buoy.
Yeah,
And
but you
what-
don't want it to be too far away
But
from the boys.
you
either.
don't
No,
want to
you
be
don't want
100.
to be
You
too-
don't
you
want to be
don't want to
100
be too
meters
close
either.
either.
If you're racing 100 meters, it'd be different in each track.
Well-
Say you go
well,
to Laidley and the
I'll-
track's 400 meters.
So let me tell you, it'll be different. Every class of boat will change.
Should be different. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah,
So your outboards are going to say, oh, we only want it at 10 metres.
yeah,
Your GP hydroplanes are going to want it at 200.
yeah.
So there needs to be a happy medium there that's going to suit everybody.
Which I reckon probably
is
is the
what it is.
50, 70 metre mark.
Anyway, we're not going to change that rule unless we're going to put in a rule change. But
No,
that's
fuck that.
that's the explanation. So that one's not clear. So the first few were clear. We get all that. But the 605.033 is not clear.
If you want to read into it a bit further, yes.
So I'll read the last one. 605.034. Overlapping while overtaking does not give priority to the boat overtaking on the inside. So that's what you're saying, Hayden. So if there's no overlap and then the tunnel boat catches you mid-corner, you drift a little wide, he comes up the inside, that doesn't give you priority.
Yeah, the
Because
person
there was no overlap. So you've made that overlap after the corners started.
That's
That
right.
doesn't give you priority. Doesn't mean you got to maintain lanes anymore. You only got to maintain lanes when it's before the corner has started.
Yeah, so as soon as that corner starts, or when you're midway through that corner, you can change lanes if you don't have someone beside you.
When the corner starts, where they determine that, there's two options. There's either you have an overlap or you don't have an overlap.
Yeah.
If you have an overlap, the two boats must maintain their lanes.
Yes.
If you don't have an overlap, you can still make an overlap mid-corner, but that does not give you right of way.
That rule there goes back to the one of the first rules that we read out, that you have to be vigilant on where that boat is going in the direction.
Yeah. So it's the first one.
First one, was
all
it?
it's saying is overlapping while overtaking doesn't give you priority.
Yeah.
So if you establish an overlap after the corner started, it doesn't mean there's an overlap. It just means you're back to rule 605.031.
Yeah.
So that one's clear.
That's clear.
Clear as day.
Righto.
I
All
love
right.
using that song.
Well, that's that segment
good.
for the week. So we found one problem. We should put all these notes down, and then we'll send them to National at the end of the year.
We've got it noted.
They're not going to listen to us.
They do, actually.
Yeah, they do.
Well,
We know.
They
Yeah, I've
may
been
listen
told-
to
I've
us,
been
but they're not
told by
going to
two
take
of the main
notice.
people
Oh,
down
no,
there
they
do.
take notice.
Yeah, but they're not going to do anything about it.
Oh, well, maybe.
We could put in our own rule change if we wanted to. We just got to send it to the club, and then they send it to the state, and then the state sends it to National, and it's a whole fucking chain.
Yeah, it's an effort.
Anyway, be nice to put notes down to say, well, this is fucked, fix it.
We've got a whole note system right now. We're recording it.
We can send this discussion straight to National. What do you
All right.
think?
So that's the new segment. Let's get into...
Thanks to Mikey for supporting that segment too.
Yep, it's awesome. So we'll get into our questions. We got any questions this week, guys?
Of course we do.
We did.
Our listeners are awesome.
Sweet.
Um,
Let's play that one, Joel.
yep, here it is.
Hey guys, just in regards to timing, I'm just wondering what F1 H2O use. They definitely have live timing up on the screen in their live broadcasts. You can look into that, and why can't we copy it? Thanks.
So,
That makes a bit of sense.
yes,
Yeah.
and I didn't get this question until today, but every person I talk to has, obviously, we've got a bit of a following, apparently, because there's been a lot of discussion on this.
Good.
Between everyone.
All
Good.
6 people.
They
all combined together.
And I did a bit of research on that because it was Todd Leary that told me about it. And said, it might have been suggested, or I thought, and we were talking about it, whatever, however it came about, for the timing system. And I did research on it, and they use time for racing. It's called
Oh, yeah?
time for racing system. So they don't sell it to an individual, but they will sell it to
An
an organisation.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
And the way it reads on their website is they'll incorporate it into how you do your racing.
Okay.
So they'll adapt it.
They'll make a custom.
Yeah, but you've got to email them and say,
Mhm.
this is what we do, blah, 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 and this is how we'll get it going. So you can't get a price gauge at the start, but
Yep.
If you had someone smart enough to send them an email with the right wording to get the ball rolling, it would be
Yeah, that
going
sounds
down
right.
that
That
road.
sounds like a good route to take.
So I
The only
wonder
because
thing
if
that
I would-
works
the only thing
like
I would
really
say-
good.
The only thing I would say is like after speaking to Rob the other week, last week when we talked about it, the F1 H2O, I don't believe you can literally watch the timer as the boat's running around the track. It's only once he finishes a line
Yes.
you can look and the time pops up.
Righto.
So but talking to Rob, it sounded like, I don't want to put words in his mouth or anything, but it sounded like he was trying to get it so people on the bank could be watching a screen with the timer actually going, so you could pick points of the track to go, oh yeah, that boat's, a couple of tenths ahead at that point of the track, rah, rah, rah.
You could actually...
Which I don't know whether he'll be able to pull that off or not pull that off, I don't know, but that would be cooler.
I'd assume that
But
they'd
in
be only
saying
doing
that,
sectors.
that's a great starting point to go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could actually cut the track into
The thing might
3
be
or
able
4
to do that.
segments.
The one that the F1 H2O uses, they may be able to do that. They just don't because they don't see a need.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
They
But
just need lap times, and that's all they care about.
yeah, that would be a good way to.
But
to
in
get
like
into it.
in their systems, they've got the whole timing area where you've got to be, and you can't leave that area while your boat's on the water,
Oh yeah,
and your name is highlighted. They've all got computer screens in front of them with desks and all the setup, and your name is highlighted, so you know exactly where you are, and it moves up and down.
oh yeah,
So it's pretty good. Like you don't have to. Oh yeah, that's where I am. Oh, hang on, I moved.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just fully. I think pretty sure it was yellow.
yeah. Okay,
And
yeah, that
highlighted.
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
We actually got a message too off Jacob Smith. He sent a link through to look at for timing as well, and he said this is what the ski racers used. I won't read out his whole message, but it sounded pretty cool. Like you use a phone on the dash of your boat, and it can even put up like red flags, yellow flags, all that kind of stuff. The judges could even review tracking after like incidents and whatever. So that I don't know how accurate that is, but that may help with like changing lanes and those kind of things. You might be able to get an actual track. It depends how accurate it is, obviously. But yeah, it all works off the GPS in the phone.
I think it's called Race Safe.
No, it's called Living It Live.
All right. They
think-
must have another one too, Race Safe.
Yeah, that's a totally different thing, I think. I don't think that's actually to do with timing. That's more to make sure the boats aren't stopped or anything on the track, because they don't have I think, well, I don't know what they do these days, but I don't think they ever really had to have like their line of sight. That's what they used the
No,
race-
they did. That's what the Race Safe was for.
Yeah, so it was more about where you were on the track and what was going on. But what Jacobs sent through there, that sounds a lot like
The Motec system.
that thing I said we seen
Yeah.
at Motec that
Yep.
Peter Sweeney delivered the presentation at when I was at
It could have been
National.
built in a smaller development and then
Possibly, yeah.
used elsewhere.
Yeah. It
So-
looked like it would be a pretty simple system. Like I said, the stuff that Motec was using was basically the same software. It was obviously a little bit different because supercars want some encryption and stuff like that
Yeah.
because they don't want other teams getting their data and fucking whatever else. But it was basically the same software, just the hardware was a lot less. We only needed phones in our boats, and obviously clubs probably needed something which is what the
iPad
cost
system,
was going
yeah.
to be. But yeah.
So Scotty Lambert has texted me with some information as well. He's found Racebox. And
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah,
I've seen
and there's
that too.
another one.
I was actually going to get one of those for my bike. They're like a little unit that you can put on like a
transponder type deal.
yeah, sort of, and you can put on like the fender of your bike, and I think it'll measure like what you're doing on the track, like your
Yep.
lean angle and all that
Yeah,
sort of stuff
right,
as well.
And another one was Race Chrono.
Oh, yeah.
CHRONO.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one, but the race box one I have.
The only trouble with some of them will be transponders, and they have to have the transponder that you run across.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So which
the,
don't work in our
But the
way.
thing is that old school, and if we can look into this properly, the GPS is actually good enough data.
I'm thinking a GPS sounds like it's going to be the way.
Well,
to
as
go.
long as you don't get a false reading, like you look at GPSs now and you can get a false reading and you'd be doing 130 mile an hour when
If
you're
it's
doing
set
100.
the right way, we don't see false readings. So
If they're all decent GPSs, you really only see that on cheap ones.
yeah, well, the GPSs that we use, like for the double dash and stuff like that, they're the yellow Garmin, pretty solid bit of gear, very basic setup.
Cheap as shit.
They're cheap as they're $110. If we're talking like a set up proper transmitter, that's a GPS unit, it's going to have proper battery power and such. But realistically, you could probably have it as a complete unit that glues to the deck of your boat, and it picks up solar power as well. You could have it completely standalone if you wanted to.
You just look at like the GoPro videos that guys like the Explicit team put up in that on socials, and you can see their speed that they're actually doing there, the track that they're doing. The only thing that's not there is a lap time, which I'm sure they could probably get.
Which I think is an app after the fact as well.
If we can adapt all that, like the
data,
technology's there, someone somewhere would have put that together. We just need to investigate it.
But they're using significantly more amounts of technology that's available to them. All we want is timing and location. Realistically, that data's been around for that long. The technology behind that is pretty basic.
Yeah,
that shouldn't be a real difficult thing to get the information.
Someone
The
somewhere
only
would
trouble
have put
is
together what we need. We just need to investigate.
Start and finish point.
Yeah, but
We
the
need
GPS should give you, like, you'll be able to make your line across the.
Yeah, but everyone's got to put it in exactly the same position.
I agree. I completely agree.
That's
Tip of your
where
race boat.
The club would put the line on the track where it's going to be, and then it's up to you where you want to put it in your boat.
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't really matter if you put it at the end or the start.
No, it won't really
lap's a lap.
For timing wise, it won't really matter. I mean, a fucking meter here or there, like I said last week.
Yeah,
the starts are never going to be perfect, and if you want them to be, just get the fuck out because they're not going to be.
Yeah. On top of that, we're talking about the starts. I ended up speaking to Mikey last week about what we'd gone through last week about Mikey's point about timing and starts and stuff like that. Now, I missed the mark on that, and after listening to the chat we had last week, I've sort of realised that I'd missed the mark. When Mikey was talking about like an extra buoy on the start, he was saying that was the actual start point where the start boat dropped the flag. Well, I sort of started talking about the way the GPs start, where they get sort of lined up and they start on zero.
Yeah,
I missed that point. So I was way off the mark with my thought process on that. But having it so you go through that gate as such, marked out with a turn buoy, with a buoy even before you get to the rate, like the actual race course, you know that you're starting at the same point every time.
Yeah.
Whether you're in line or not, you know where that start's going to be. You've got to make sure that you're next to those boats at that line.
You know what?
I
have thought about this because we spoke about it last week, and obviously you don't want to keep going over shit that we've already talked about. But like I said, that line's never going to be perfect. If you can say it's going to be in the same spot, it'll never be fucking right.
It won't be 100.
There'll be differences
but it's going to be
how much difference in speed are you allowed when you hit that line? Because that's all going to be GPS now. So we need a difference in speed. So someone's not starting from way back there, running up and hitting the line right when everyone else
that's
is.
charging the start, but you're still going to. He was still talking
What's
about
charging
having
the start though. How fast? How far?
Well, you've got to be in a line. If you're still in that line and you have a little bit of a jump, I don't really give a shit about that because you know when that line's going to be.
That's too hard. I'm all for the buoy for starting the timing, but not for a point to start the boat at. The only thing I would say, which would be really fucking interesting, and I think it'd be cool to watch, maybe not to be involved in, but if you had a start with no pole boat, so it's like a clock start, and we all start here, and there's no pole positions.
Yeah, race for your
that's
pole.
what Hydro's got to do.
So
yeah.
basically, well, the difference
That's
with
only
them
in
is
America.
they're going around the track still to race for their pole position. We're milling up the top.
Mm-hmm.
The first bloke that starts to come down, he gets pole one.
And everyone's got to race for that next.
Because he wants to get in early, so he doesn't care if he's taking
Yeah,
off the line
yeah.
slow. He's started lining up early. He gets pole one. The next boat cut to come down will get pole two. pole 3, so pole 6, if he wants to wait till last, he can hit that line at 10 tenths, and he gets the advantage of a quick start, but he's on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he can pin 0.
I think, yeah.
That's the thing. If you're really good at handicaps, then you can get it.
Yeah, the jostling around, no one would ever want to cop that. I'd be happy to give it a crack though.
Certainly,
But it'd be entertaining from a crowd point of view.
If you run the
that's the only. I see that as the only way to have an actual start point.
But you think you'd have to have a point. You'd have to be like you'd have to have your say keep Windsor as the reference that we're going to use.
Yep.
So you'd have to go up to your milling area until the light on the bank turns a different colour, and then as soon as someone sees that light, they're racing towards that start.
Yeah.
But then
you're not racing towards the start. You're racing to 0.
That's right. Yeah. You see that light coming up. You go, okay, because you're kilometre away, so you've got to wait for that light to turn to a certain point. Okay, well, countdown started, so you know that there is 30 seconds to get from where you are.
Well, you wouldn't even have to have the lights. Leaving the bank. Well, you're 2 minutes before 0.
Yeah, but you still need lights so you roughly know where you're up to.
The problem is they're not going to like that though, Joel, because they're not going to want everyone racing out of the bank.
Well, you don't have to race out. It doesn't
I
take
understand
you
that you
well,
don't
you make
have
it
to
5
race,
minutes.
but we're all dickheads.
You make it 5
and
minutes.
we're going to want to be up there ready to go. Yeah, maybe 5 minutes because that's fair bit of time. But then you're up there milling for 5 minutes.
Don't mill, just run around the track.
Nah, fuck that. You got to mill up the top.
Yeah, you got to mill up the top.
It's up to you. If you want to mill around for fucking ages and dig around up there, off you go.
But
if you want to wait till there's only 2 minutes to go, off you go.
I think that's why I like the handicap, and I would like to see it sort of pushed a bit further at club days and shit, because I should have done a lot better at club days. I completely agree. When I was at OD there, I should have pushed club handicaps a lot more, because I think it's actually a lot more enjoyable too.
Makes you a better race driver.
Anyone can win.
It makes you a better race driver, for sure.
To win. Anyway, that's not what the question
That's off the track anyway.
Anyway, so thank you very much for that, Mikey.
That wasn't Mikey.
That wasn't Mikey. That was
Peter Williams.
What was his name? That was Peter, was it?
It's written on the screen in front of you.
Oh, I was talking about last week's question.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot about last week.
And thanks, Peter.
All right. That was the only question, yeah?
Yeah.
The pit crew. Plenty of stuff going on there. Joel's been a bit upset because all the posts have been getting approved without him doing it. So he thought it was us, but
AI's been doing a job for us.
Hayden's sorted AI out and she's fucking...
I'm going to change it. And I'll work out how to change it.
I don't know how it's happened like this.
Joel's upset because he doesn't get to approve people.
I don't like it. Well, it can just be approved. Anything can be approved. That's the shit bit.
Yeah, well,
well Skeet's post have all been approved, so that's a problem.
I don't mean they could just anyone can post that something that doesn't work or something's bad. We still need control of it.
Yeah, well, AI will stop it.
Joel needs control.
He can have control. I don't need it.
It's the whole idea of the private group.
Yeah, so thank you very much, everyone, for putting their shit up on the HSG. It's been bloody awesome. There's been some more sprint car bits going up. I'm missing a bit of Tommy Butlin's post, so Tommy, you got to get back up there a little bit more. Skeet's getting you.
It's the end of the season. That's the trouble.
Don't know. There's always shit to post.
He'll put some up over Christmas.
Yeah, Aussie round should start soon.
He'll probably be at the Speedway on Boxing Day.
Wonder if Kyle's coming over again. That was cool when he came over last year.
Probably not. There's a bit of a fuck around over here at the moment with our stuff.
Well, only in Sydney.
In Sydney, but
Sydney's a bit of a shithole at the moment.
All right, thanks guys for all your posts. Keep onto it. If you're not in there, get in there because it's cool as fuck.
And we're cool.
All right, meme of the week. We've all sent them to Joel.
All right, ready?
Who's wants this one?
You can guess.
Okay.
Try to do your job and you get cunts saying, I would have done it this way, I would have done it that way. Oh, they know it, brother. Fucking hell, you can do anything you put your mind to, you drumstick. Believe in yourself. Because I'm not going to, you dickhead. I would have done it this way. Ah, shut up. You ever tried?
Shut up, idiot.
Have you ever had those people?
Oh,
I think
you see it on
exactly
Facebook
what that
all the
bloke
time.
said. I think if you're telling me how to do it, why don't you do it, you fucking idiot?
Exactly right.
Why the fuck are you paying me?
Well, it's a lot of Facebook comments as well. You put something up you're proud of, and people put shit on you. Like, not on mine. I'm just saying. Like,
but
people put posts up, and everyone's always got an opinion of it. Well, shut the fuck up and do it yourself.
Yeah, but you're not doing a job for them. You're doing a
Yeah.
job for
It's just
yourself.
people
But when you're doing a
putting shit on
job
you.
for somebody, and then that somebody, nothing is worse than someone staring at you while you're fucking doing it.
That's the worst, isn't it?
They're just standing there
Horrid.
watching you do your fucking job, not doing fuck all, and you think, fuck off, mate. Go away.
That's why I installed a camera looking at you doing my bathroom.
I've had
So I
a few
wasn't
people.
standing there. Not really.
I've had a few people, like, they're mostly non-Australian people, want to watch me while I'm spraying. And I get dressed up, put me suit on, me hood, and me fucking mask and shit, so I can't talk to them, can't hear them, can't do nothing. They can full see me doing this, and I'll start spraying in the room, and they're still there at the door looking. So then I start flicking the spray gun at the end,
Yep.
at the end of each pass, and pointing it at them in the door until they piss off, and then I can go back to fucking.
You know
normal.
what's even worse than that? I thought you were going to say it now. Thought you were going to say it then. Someone trying to make a conversation with you when you're all geared up, you got your earphones on or you got earplugs in, and someone starts a conversation. You're like, "Fuck you!" Now I got to pull this shit out.
They probably do think I'm pretty rude because I walk in there, say, "Oh, hey, how you going? Where's your bathroom? There it is. Yep, no worries, cool. I'll go get some stuff at the car and I'll get into it." I come back from the car with my gear. My headphones are already on with shit playing, and they want to keep talking to you.
Yeah. Yep.
If I've got headphones on, dude, just fucking leave me alone. They might think it's rude. Whatever. I'm not your mate. I don't need to talk to you. I'm here to do a job.
I'd be the rudest cunt at work because I don't talk to no one.
Yeah. Anyway, that was slightly motivational and slightly funny.
I like it.
All
Your
right,
drumstick.
ready? Oh, do it, you fucking drumstick.
When people are like, you don't need alcohol to have fun. It's like, yeah, I know. I know that I don't need alcohol to have fun. I also know that I don't need shoes to run. Yeah, you don't need shoes to run, but it sure fucking helps, doesn't it? I hate when people...
That's an oldie but a goodie.
That gets shared around a fair bit.
Where's yours, Joel?
Don't have one this week. Been too busy.
Oh, fucking too busy, my. Yeah, I
Full
was
of
50
shit.
bucks. Yeah, I was $50.
Way too busy to be watching reels all day like you guys.
You're
Bullshit.
full of shit.
You was home from fucking lunchtime today.
I know, you only come inside when you got here.
You just
But
didn't
what
find
the
a
fuck
good
was you
reel.
doing?
Oh, I mowed the lawn,
Oh, yeah. That took the whole of fucking 20 minutes.
cleaned me Weber and me barbecue.
Oh, yeah. There's another fucking 20 minutes.
I had a couple of beers.
If it was me, between each pass of that, each of those jobs, I would have sat down for about half an hour looking at reels. That's why I've got memes and you don't.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap her up because she's a long one.
What a
I
good one.
feel like I'm saying that every fucking week.
It's getting ridiculous, to be
Yeah.
honest.
We're getting used to talking shit. All right. Send your questions in with the Memo FM link. It's in the show notes or on the Facebook page, or email us at highspeedgaragepodcast@gmail.com, and like, subscribe, share on all the socials. See you.
Bye.
Have a good
week.
weekend. Shout out to Elite Forklifts and Access Equipment. They're your go-to for short and long-term rentals on forklifts and access machines. Plus, they handle all the servicing, maintenance and delivery too. They also supply portable toilets and showers for events and construction.
Also, if you mention the High Speed Garage podcast when you call, you will get a 10% discount on hire and transport. So for all your equipment and amenity needs, remember Elite Forklifts and Access Equipment. And don't forget the High Speed Garage discount.